Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto was primordial in Yu-Gi-Oh! Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by DARKSIDER82 and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. Monster Shinobi. Yugioh, GX Naruto. Right. DARKSIDER82. Beta. Winjetsu Wolf. Attack Monsters, 19. Naruto Uzumaki, Level 4, Attribute Wind, Ninja Type, Attack 1600 DEFENCE 800. As long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. Sasuke Uchiha, Level 4 Attribute Fire, Ninja Type Attack 1500 Defense 1200. Once per turn look at one card in your opponent's hand. Sakura Haruno, Level 2 Attribute Earth, Ninja Tuner Type, Attack 400 Defense 900. This card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. Shikamaru Nara, Level 3, Dark Attribute, Ninja Type, Attack 1000 Defense 1000. This monster can take control of an opposing monster till the end phase, as long as its level is equal or below your own. Ino Yamanaka, Level 2, Fire Attribute, Ninja Type, Attack 600 Defense 500. If you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Taiji Akimichi Level 4, Earth Attribute, Attack 1400 Defense 1200. If Shikamaru Nara, Ino Yamanaka or Asuma Sarutobi is attacked, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Tsunade Senju of the Sannin, Level 7, Attribute Earth, Ninja Type Attack 3000 Defense 1400. During battle between this attacking card and a defense position monster, whose def is lower than the ATK of this card deal piercing damage, this card cannot attack directly. Jiraiya of the Sannin, Level 7, Attribute Earth, Ninja Type Attack 2600 Defense 2400. This monster cannot be targeted by an attack, as long as there's another monster on your side of the field. Orochimaru of the Sannin, Level 8, Attribute Wind, Ninja Type, Attack 2800 Defense 2100. By skipping the battle phase this card can gain control of an opposing monster, loses 200 attack and defense points per turn. This ability is active and cannot attack while controlling a monster. Tsubaku no Gara Level 4, Attribute Wind, Ninja Type Attack 1600 Defense 2000. When attacked this card switches to defense mode. Suna Kunoichi Tamari Level 4, Wind Attribute, Ninja Type, Attack 1600 Defense 1100. One summon all face-down monsters are flipped face-up. Suna Shinobi Kankuro, Level 3, Dark Attribute, Ninja Tuner Type, Attack 800 Defense 1400. By discarding one card this monster can randomly take one card from your opponent's hand and add it to your own. Pei-8 Gecko Level 6, Dark Attribute, Ninja Type, Attack 2200 Defense 400. Once per turn you can attack twice, but lose 400 attack points at the end phase per use of ability. Yugao Yuzuki Level 5, Dark Attribute, Ninja Type 1900, Defense 1800. If Pei-8 Gecko is on the field you can special summon this card from your hand or deck, but cannot attack on the turn it's summoned. Konohamaru, Level 1, Fire Attribute, Ninja Tuner Type, Attack 400 Defense 200. When used in a synchro summon draw one card. Banko Mitarashi, Level 5, Dark Attribute, Ninja Type, Attack 2100, Defense 1300. By discarding one card this monster can be special summoned to your field. Ninja Dog Pakin Level 1, Earth Attribute, Beast Type Tuner, Attack 100, Defense 100. Once per turn you can look at one face-down card on the field. Amakichi, Level 1, Water Attribute, Aqua Type, Attack 300 Defense 300. When used in a synchro summon it can be treated as a Level 2 monster. Anada Hyuga, Level 2, Water Attribute, Ninja Tuner Type, Attack 1200 Defense 900. When used in a synchro summon increase the attack of the synchro by 500 attack points if it's a Water Attribute monster. Synchros, 7. Kakashi Haddock, Level 6, Attribute Light, Ninja Type, Attack 2400, Defense 1900. One tuner monster plus one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can copy an ability of a monster in play till the draw phase of your next turn. Harama the Nine-Tailed Fox, Synchro Monster, Level 10, Attribute Fire, Divine Type, Attack 4000 Defense 3700. One tuner monster plus Naruto Uzumaki plus one non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove one card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play. This card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. Amabunta, Synchro Monster, Level 9, Attribute Water, Aqua Type, Attack 3200, Defense 2500. One tuner plus Jiraiya. This card can attack all monsters on your opponent's field. It cannot attack directly. This card is only in play for one turn. When destroyed, you can resummon Jiraiya of the Sannin from your graveyard. Tatsuya, Synchro Monster, Level 9, Attribute Water, Aqua Type, Attack 2800 DEFENSE 3500. 1 tuner type monster plus Tsunade Senju. For 1 turn all monsters on your side of the field are immune to spell and trap cards. This card is only in play for 1 turn when destroyed. You can resummon Tsunade of the Sannon. Manda, Synchro Monster, Level 9, Attribute Earth, Reptile Type, Attack 3200 Defense 3000. By sacrificing monsters equal to Manda's level, this card can attack directly. This card is only in play for 1 turn when destroyed. You can resummon Orochimaru of the Sannon. Izran Saratobi, Synchro Monster, Level 8, Attribute Earth, Ninja Type, Attack 3000 Def 3000, 1 tuner monster plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. All Shinobi type monsters gain 300 attack and defense points when this card is in play excluding himself. If destroyed, you can special summon a monster from your graveyard as long as its attack points are half of Hiruzen Saratobi's. Shukaku the One-Tailed Raccoon, Synchro Summon, Level 7 Attribute Wind, Beast Type. Attack 2100 Defense 3000, 1 tuner monster plus Subaku no Gara. When attacked it can switch to defense mode and end the battle phase, cannot be targeted by trap cards. Spells, 11. Lovers Unite normal spell if either pair of Hate Gecko and Yugioh Yuzuki or Asuma Saratobi and Kurana Yuhi are in play, you may transfer the attack point of Yugioh Yuzuki or Kurana Yuhi to their lover till the end phase. Bonds of Teacher and Student, normal spell if Hiruzen Saratobi is in play you can special summon one of the following from your hand, Tsunade Senju of the Sannon, Jiraiya of the Sannon, Orochimaru of the Sannon. Todori, equip spell when equipped to either Hadakashi or Sasuke Uchiha deal piercing damage when attacking a monster in defense mode. Rasengan, equip spell when equipped to either Jiraiya of the Sannon or Naruto Uzumaki, you can destroy any monster in defense mode, skipping the damage step. Hour of the Sannon, normal spell should Orochimaru, Tsunade and Jiraiya all be in play by paying half your life points destroy all cards on the field, skip your battle phase. Konoha, field spell all shinobi type monsters gain 400 attack and defense points. Out of Greed, normal spell, draw 2 card. Graceful Charity, normal spell, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. Monster Reborn, normal spell, target 1 monster in either player's graveyard special summon it. Great Breakthrough, normal spell, return all spell and trap cards on the field to their owner's hands. Kunai, equip spell, gains 500 attack and defense points. Trap, 10. Shiki Fuijin, normal trap by sacrificing Hiruzen Saratobi remove from play all cards on the field. Magical Cylinder, normal trap card, when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Target the attacking monster. Negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. Explosive Tag, counter trap, negate the activation of a spell or trap card. Braining Shield, normal trap, when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Target the attacking monster. Negate that attack, and if you do, gain life points equal to that target's attack. Urgent Tuning, normal trap, activate only during the battle phase. Synchro Summon 1 Synchro Monster. Send the appropriate Synchro material monsters to the graveyard. Pour Flame Pillar Prison, normal trap. Choose 3 monster zones on your opponent's field. No monsters summoned in play or summoned in those zones can attack for 3 turns. Guchius. Edo Tensei, continuous trap, resurrect any monster from your graveyard. That monster cannot be destroyed by effects, spell or trap cards. For every turn this monster is on the field, you lose 500 life points. Restriction Seal, normal trap during the battle phase opponent's monster's attack is cut in half. Ninja's Revenge, counter trap if a shinobi type monster has been destroyed deal half its attack points as damage to your opponent. Negate Attack, normal trap activate only when opponent's monster declares an attack. Negate the attack and end the battle phase. Thanks to LIGHTNINGBLADE49 for helping me with the deck. Now on with a short prologue. Uchiha Obito, Madara and Sasuke were dead. The Juubi, Shinju the Aim no Hitatsu no Kami or the 10-tailed one-eyed god, had self-destructed and collapsed upon itself. With a mighty roar, the mighty primordial entity shattered the world forever destroying all who were in its path. Except one Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, Otsutsuki Asura reborn the Swadio Juubi Jinchuriki, due to his absorption of fragments of the 9 Bijuu that Otsutsuki Hagoromo the Rakuto Sennin or sage of the 6 paths had formed when he ripped the Juubi asunder. In his arms lay one Yuga Hinata. Hinata, the one good thing he had realized that he always had in his life without knowing it, and now she was gone. "Kid, we can give you a new start," a grating voice said. Entering his mindscape, Naruto found himself looking at the 9 Bijuu. "Kid, we can send you to another world. They don't settle things with a fight, but with a card game called Duel Monsters. The only reason we know of this is because some of our cousins you could say are duel monsters. They can send you to someone who can prepare for you for the struggles to come. We are also going to give you the memories of the time between this world and the world you're heading to." Naruto nodded, and soon enough he was beginning to dissolve into light. Wonder how quickly he'll realize that it isn't a new world but this one a few thousand years in the future. Shukaku rambled, causing snickers and giggles to erupt from his elder siblings. Maximilian compound on the ruins of the former Shinobi HQ. Maximilian J. Pegasus, CEO, President of Industrial Illusions, lay on his black leather sofa, watching his 72 plasma TV watching cartoons. Pegasus was a man of many guilty pleasures, but this was his greatest vice. "I wish you here with me, my love," he thought as he watched Jerry set up a skateboard at the bottom of a set of stairs before provoking Tom into charging down the stairs recklessly. It was through cartoons that Pegasus created his cards, his toon deck he had made on the basis of mimicking powerful cards, and to an extent it worked. Suddenly, he heard a deafening bang and bright light as a young boy collapsed on his front lawn. Pegasus rushed out of his house to find the boy groaning, but slowly and eventually getting to his feet. "How are you? You okay? What's your name?" he asked rapidly. Pegasus was amazed, this kid was amazing. His story was so captivating, romantic and tragic, all the while mixed with adventure. The boy reminded him of when he himself was a lot younger and more carefree. After going into detail about his life, his fiancée and her loss, and then his obsession with the Millennium items and the creation of duel monsters. "Wow, we truly have been dealt bad hands of life," Naruto said from beneath the blankets Pegasus had covered him. It had by now began to thunder and lightning, so by the time the pair got back into the house, after checking Naruto was okay after his emergence, they were soaked to the skin. "I'll tell you what, since no one would ever believe you about coming from the past or even dimension, I'll adopt you as my son, and with the help from Kaiba boy we can make it authentic. Meanwhile, have you heard of duel monsters?" asked Pegasus, glee apparent in his voice. Naruto looked at Pegasus. "Heard of it, before I came here but never played. I suppose that's going to change." "Well then son, your education starts tomorrow. It's going to be tough but fun. We'll be covering maths, English, science, computers, languages, duel monsters, and everything else my company can find and are involved in." Naruto nodded and promptly fell asleep. Over the next 3 months Naruto's head was stuffed with knowledge that he needed to have in order to survive in the world. Thankfully when it came to his chakra levels, he could use it still, but his levels of it were now elite jonin, instead of being kage. He also discovered through the absorption of the 9 bijuu, each one of them had an understanding of Fuinjutsu. Naruto grinned as he applied his Fuinjutsu to his technology class, experimenting with a new type of dual disc. Unlike the dual discs that had just been released, which had an extended play field and deck storage area concealed into it, Naruto's prototype was able to be concealed in a set of bandages. "Duel disc activate." Naruto called out, rotating his left arm. Out of the bandages that covered his hand and up to his elbow emerged a red glove with a card field and holder emerging from the wrist upwards. "Duel disc engage." Naruto called out and the card holder jumped out 3 inches away. "Duel disc disengage." The disc sprang back into its bandaged form. "Dad. It works." Naruto called out as he left his workshop in the basement of his new home. Pegasus was sitting in his drawing room. It was essentially a conservatory with a view over his garden, which was his and Naruto's pride and joy. The pair of them, when they weren't working or studying or playing a friendly game of duel monsters, worked in garden planting flowers and trees to provide inspiration. Pegasus turned around as his adopted son walked in and noticed the bandages. "You didn't injure yourself, did you?" he asked concerned. He was confused at Naruto's fox-like smile. "Duel disc activate." The dual disc emerged from the bandages. "Engage." It expanded and turned on. "Disengage." It powered down and concealed itself in the bandages again. Pegasus grinned at his son. "Break it in, let's see how it works at your academy ranking, and we'll go from there. If they work I'll put them into batch production. Now get to bed, your deck has been completed. We need to test it before the academy." The next 3 days Naruto and Pegasus played Naruto's deck into the ground, just ensure it worked correctly, if not the major kinks could be worked out. Now Naruto was sprinting through Domino City, his alarm clock didn't go off, and now he was late to the entrance exam. "I'm Maximilian Uzumaki." "Naruto, sorry I'm late." The receptionist looked up at the arrival and to her surprise saw the outline of a fox surrounding him. The receptionist could see dual spirits. "I shall see what I can do to get you your entrance duel, though you won't be an obelisk blue." After getting a quick rundown on the school, Naruto was led into a massive hall with a set of double oak doors, and in there stood, slouched, crouched and sat teens, both male and female, waiting anxiously. But then Naruto sat down and waited for his turn. Soon enough he was the only one left. The receptionist entered the room and escorted him to an empty stadium, but the crowd still sat waiting for his arrival. "Ah, Mrs. Slate, how fares my wonderful evening dove?" Mrs. Slate blushed slightly. "Dr. Crowler, you have one more prospective academy student." Crowler sighed. "Oh well, I'll make this one quick. If he wins he'll go in Slifer Red, as he didn't have the decency to arrive on time. Now what is your name?" My name is Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, I have another adopted name, but I'd rather not throw that around anyway. Transvestite we dueling? He asked innocently, getting chuckles from the crowd. Yes we are. I'll go first. Duel Con. With that, the clunky gadget on Crowler's arm sprung to life as Naruto casually pulled off and chucked his jacket, revealing his bandaged arm. Can someone get this? Crowler began to ask, and before he could mock, Naruto cracked his bandaged elbow, and as he flung it down he called out. Duel Disc activate, Duel Disc engage. The bandages disappeared and a sleek new Duel Disc emerged. Naruto chucked his deck into the air and flung his arm out behind him as the deck landed perfectly on it, then it spat out 5 cards. Prowler. 4000 Chand. Statues of the WICKEDX2, Heavy Storm, Confiscation, Ancient Gear Golem. Naruto. 4000 Tsubaku no Gara, Suna Shinobi Kankuro, Emergency Tuning, Monster Reborn and Uzumaki Naruto. I summon Uzumaki Naruto in defense mode, because I have summoned her onto the field I can now special summon from my deck Haruno Sakura. Declared Naruto. Then a materialization of pixels, a mini 2 reversion of Naruto appeared on the field, took up a brawler stance, similarly followed by his old teammate, who assumed a shaky defense. Naruto Uzumaki, level 4, Wind Ninja type, attack 1600 defense 800 as long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. Sakura Haruno, level 2, Earth Ninja tuner type, attack 400 defense 900. This card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. Uzumaki Naruto's effect is whilst he is in play only he may be targeted by attacks. He also goes into attack mode. Very good. As I'm using my personal deck rather than the test decks, I'll be calling the shots. Because of this, I'll thrash this brat and send him packing in no time. Stated Crowler to himself before he started his turn. First of all, I'm taking this nice and easy. I play Confiscation, for the loss of 1000 life points, I look at your hand and discard one of your cards. Crowler twitched as his life points took a hit. Crowler. 3000 snow cards on field, Confiscation in play. 4 cards in hand. Naruto. 4000 Haruno Sakura, Uzumaki Naruto in play, no spells or traps. 4 cards in hand. I don't recognize any of these monsters, but I do recognize that spell card of his. Monster Reborn, away you go. Cackled Crowler mentally. I choose for you to discard your Monster Reborn. Naruto nodded and placed the card in the discard pile. For my next step I play 2 cards face down on my side of the field and play Heavy Storm. The cards appeared before disintegrating into pixels as a storm whipped up. Okay, please explain this logic to me, Doc. Asked Naruto impatiently and confused as to why his opponent had destroyed his 2 own cards with 1 spell. Don't be so impatient, young scholar, for I have reason for everything. You see, the 2 cards I destroyed were Statue of the Wicked, it allows me to summon 1000's Wicked token on my side of the field. And the stands. The crowd gasped as the 2 tokens appeared on the field. Could someone explain to me what is going on? Asked Cirrus nervously. The trap card the Crowler has just used is Statue of the Wicked. When destroyed and put into the graveyard, special summons a Wicked Spirit token on the user's side of the battlefield. Explained Bastion, who had just sat down after Jaden and moved next to him and sat down. Those cards too powerful for a test deck. Someone next to Chaz Princeton, one of the best duelists in the academy, said, causing Chaz to smirk. Poor kid has no idea what he's in for. Wish Crowler had participated in the applicant exam, we would have been done ages ago. It should be fun watching the blonde get thrashed. Chaz said, smirking. What a snob, thrashing some applicant around with his personal deck. Alexa said from above Chaz. She heard a snort from next to her. You're too soft, Alexis, I just hope to see this ultimate card Crowler has stashed in that deck of his. Zane commented quietly. Zane Truesdale, the elder brother of Cirrus, watched with disinterest at his brother just getting through the exam. Back in the arena. Ready for your next lesson? Naruto nodded. I sacrifice the tokens and summon Ancient Gear Golem. Ancient Gear Golem LVL8 in 3000. Everyone gasped as the massive metal giant crawled out of its card. Amazing. The legendary rare card. We're about to find out why. Hope you're not scared of my golem. Mocked Crowler. Seen worse, wondered how my prototype deck will work against that monstrosity. Naruto said, grinning fox-like as Kurama added a minute amount of yokai, defining his whiskers. Stance. Naruto is either brave or insane. I've heard nothing can stop that thing. Gasped Cirrus. Do stare down that card and not crack, guess naivety does have its bonuses. Said Zane. Cut him some slack, at least he's showing some backbone. Protested Alexis. Not going to be much left after this. Arena. Mechanized melee. Screamed Crowler, cackling, whirring and grinding. The giant charged forth and smacked the Naruto card squarely in the stomach. The card disintegrated. Naruto's monster didn't stand a chance, the defense points were too low. Moaned Cirrus. It's only going to get worse when Ancient Gear attacks and destroys a monster in defense mode, the difference between attack and defense points is dealt to the player. Bastion stated. Prowler. 3000 LPS Ancient Gear Golem. No spells or traps. Naruto. 1400 LPS Shurino Sakura. No spells or traps. Fuck kid, one more hit and we are toast. Kurama winced. That was good, now let me go again. Naruto pulled a card and smirked. I summoned Subaku no Gaara onto the field and play Pot of Greed. Subaku no Gaara level 4 wind ninja type attack 1600 defense 2000 when attack this card switches to defense mode. Subaku no Gaara switches automatically to defense mode when attacked. The obsidian jar appeared before vanishing as Naruto glanced and smirked. He had just pulled 4 flame pillar prison and Konoha. Done yet? Growled Crowler. Nearly, sir. Smirked Naruto, inside he was sweating. He could only hope Crowl didn't have any removed traps from play. I play urgent tuning and 4 flame pillar prison. Exclaimed Naruto, punching the air with excitement. What is 4 flame pillar prison? Asked Crowler. 4 flames prison allows me to pick 3 squares on the playing field. All monsters in play on those squares cannot attack, or can those squares be used to summon monsters for 3 turns, so say adios to your ancient gear. The violet flames erupted onto the field, trapping the ancient gear golem and the 2 slots next to it. Now Konoha is a field spell card that bolsters all of my creatures' attack and defense points. Explained Naruto. Naruto. Prowler. 3000 LPS ancient gear golem, no face downs. Naruto. 1800 Churino Sakura, Subaku no Gaara, 4 flame pillar prison and Konoha. Naruto nodded to his friends. You better know what you're doing. Gaara rasped with a faint smile on his face. Relax, don't worry, it's all under control. Never thought I'd say that, but it is. Stance. What? How did this guy turn the tables on Crowler? This is intense. Everyone thought as one. Namek is Naruto, you definitely look like Fox. That makes you even cuter and even more of a mystery. Thought Alexis. Arena. Crowler was fuming, he drew a card and scowled. I summon Ancient Gear. A mini tour gear appeared on the field. Ancient Gear LVL8, Machine, EFFECT 100 800. If you control an Ancient Gear, you can special summon this card from your hand in face-up attack position. I played in defense mode and end turn. Naruto grinned, he had plenty of time to defeat the mini gear and destroy the man's life points. Play Suna Shinobi Kankuro. Suna Shinobi Kankuro level 3, Dark Ninja Tuner type attack 800 defense 1400. By discarding 1 card, this monster can randomly take 1 card from your opponent's hand and add it to your own. Thanks to Konoha field spell, Kankuro's attack and defense increase. Kankuro glowed briefly as his attack points increased before Naruto continued. I attack with Suna Shinobi Kankuro at your mini gear. Kankuro smirked, pulled out a puppet and effortlessly destroyed the mini gear. Gaara attack with Sand Coffin and Sand Funeral. Thick liquid sand surrounded Crowler, who screamed as the attack reduced his life points to 1000 PTS. Crowler. 1000 LPS ancient gear golem. Naruto. 1400 Churino Sakura, Subaku no Gaara, Suna Shinobi Kankuro. Flame Pillar Prison, turn 2, Konoha and 1 in hand. For my coup de grace, I play urgent tuning, fusing Suna Shinobi Kankuro and Subaku no Gaara to form Shukaku the one-tailed Tanuki. In a plume of smoke and sand the Tanuki appeared. Shukaku the one-tailed raccoon, synchro summon, level 7 wind beast type attack 2100 defense 3001 tuner monster plus Subaku no Gaara. When attacked it can switch to defense mode and end the battle phase, cannot be targeted by trap cards. Game over, Shukaku wind style. Drilling wind bullets. Prowler screamed as the bullets punched into him, obliterating the remainder of the Proctor's life points. Naruto pulled his cards out and disengaged his dual disc. Game matched. Naruto slumbered against the window of helicopter as it carried them to the Duelist Academy, which happened to be near a volcano. Wake up Naruto, wake up, said Jaden, shaking the former shinobi awake. Naruto woke up, instinctive preservation took over and he had slammed the brown-haired teen into the window of the helicopter. Shit, sorry man, did martial arts as a kid, well that's the consequence. Jaden nodded frantically, can you let go? Going blue here. Naruto quickly let go and the students disembarked. Naruto's eyes widened at the size of the campus. Although the Pegasus estate was a lot bigger, the academy wasn't anything to be sneered at. Meanwhile, a member of staff was calling our people's names and handing them jackets. Pegasus Uzumaki Naruto. The teacher called. Naruto walked out to be given a yellow jacket. Why yellow? I mean, I was told I was in red. He protested and the tutor smirked. Because you thrashed Crowler with his own deck, plus your father found out because one of the other instructors told him. Your father flew into a rage at how unfair Crowler was. He couldn't do anything for Mr. Yuki as he didn't have the sponsorship. Naruto nodded. Change of plans Jaden, I'll see you around. With that he headed to what appeared to be a massinet covered in yellow bunting. Bit tacky, but it should serve well. He muttered as he dissolved into a swirl of leaves as he teleported off. Naruto appeared outside the massinet and knocked on the door. "Perv!" screamed the girl who opened the door. "Boys' dorm?" he asked curiously. "Round back and up the stairs," she replied before launching a slap at Naruto to find him already jumping off the front porch and around the back. Naruto knocked on the door to find Bastion. The kid had introduced himself to him earlier on. Opened the door. "We heard the screaming downstairs. Was that you?" he asked curiously. "No evidence that it was me. I just asked downstairs where the raw male's dorm was." Naruto deadpanned. Bastion rolled his eyes. "You would have known if you had woken up earlier." "I didn't have enough sleep last night." "Naruto, my friend, let's not have a duel right here and now." Naruto grinned. "Duel Disc Online," declared Bastion. "Duel Disc activate engage," retorted Naruto. Together they shouted game on. Naruto went first. Naruto 4000 chant. Uchiha Sasuke, Yamanaka Ino, Mitarashi Anko, Chidori, Explosive Tag, 4 Flame Pillar Prison. Bastion 4000 chant. Force Raider, Heavy Storm, Mirror Force, Monster Reborn, Negate Attack. Naruto chuckled at his hand. "Bastion, today is your very unlucky day. I'll go first if I may." Bastion nodded. He knew that Naruto jested around as a form of smoke and mirrors to distract and infuriate his opponents into making mistakes, much like Crowler. "I summon Uchiha Sasuke in attack mode," Naruto declared. Sasuke Uchiha level 4 fire ninja type attack 1500 defense 1200 once per turn. Look at one card in your opponent's hand. Because of him entering the field, I am allowed to special summon Haruno Sakura in attack mode from my deck. Sakura Haruno, level 2, Earth Ninja Tuner type attack 400 defense 900. This card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. I lay 2 cards face down before the shenanigans begin. Using the effect of Uchiha Sasuke, I get to look at one card in your hand and I choose the far left. Bastion nodded and tossed it to the monster who sent to Naruto. Negate attack Bastion. Naruto chucked the card back. Next I synchro summon Uchiha Sasuke and Haruno Sakura to summon Hadouken Kakashi. The 2 shinobi vanished, replaced by a tall, silver-haired man, orange book in hand with kunai in the other. Kakashi Hadouken level 6, light ninja type, attack 2400 defense 1900 1 tuner monster plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can copy an ability of a monster in play till the draw phase of your next turn. Kakashi, attack Bastion directly with your Rakiri, ordered Naruto, and as he thought the attack was negated by the negate attack spell card, Naruto didn't bother activating his trap because he knew it wasn't time. Naruto. 4000 Lips Kakashi and 2 face downs. Bastion. 4000 Lips Force Raider and no face downs. Force Raider LVL 41900 1200s. Bastion smirked and quickly summoned Force Raider. Naruto smirked as he went to flip his trap card, but Bastion in turn cracked a smile. I play my trap card Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy your field spells. Naruto shook his head. I play Explosive Tag which negates the effect of a spell. Bastion gasped as his Typhoon was destroyed, but Naruto wasn't done. For the next 3 turns the space your monster is, and the ones either side cannot summon any monsters or attack with my next card, 4 Flame Pillar Prison. Bastion swore as the card he drew wasn't the one he needed. Despite all of his mathematical and statistical formulae to bolster his chances, nothing had worked yet. I lay 1 card face down and end my turn. Naruto. 4000 Lips Kakashi Hadouken, no face downs and Flame Pillar Prison, 2. Bastion. 4000 Lips Force Raider, 1 face down and Flame Pillar, 2. I think the time is at hand. Naruto commented as he pulled his next card Sarutobi Konohamaru. First off, I discard 1 card from my hand. With that he placed 1 card in his graveyard. But that done I summon Mitarashi Anko in attack mode. Mitarashi Anko level 5 ninja type, attack 2100, defense 1300 BY. Discarding 1 card, this monster can be special summoned to your field. Followed by summoning Sarutobi Konohamaru. Utilizing his and my discarded card special effect, I return Yamanaka Ino to the playing field. Sarutobi Konohamaru level 1 ninja tuner type, attack 400 defense 200 when used in a synchro summon. Draw 1 card. Ino Yamanaka level 2, fire ninja type, attack 600 defense 500. If you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. In the swirl of pixels, Ino joined Konohamaru and Anko on the field. Konohamaru allows me to draw 1 card when he is used in a synchro summon, which he is about to be, declared Naruto as he pulled Pot of Greed. Naruto grinned as he added Konoha and Kunai into his hand. Before I carry on, I wish to play 2 spells. They are Konoha and Kunai. You're familiar with Konoha as it's a field spell I demonstrated in my entry duel. However, kunai gives an extra 500 attack and defense points. I lay that on Kakashi. Kakashi pulled a kunai out in his pouch and his attack jumped to 2900 whilst his defense to 2400. Konoha then erupted around them, forcing the stats to further increase. Paddock Kakashi 2400 1900 plus kunai equals 2900 2400 plus Konoha equals 3300 2800 Mitarashi Anko 2100 1300 plus Konoha equals 2500 1700 Yamanaka Ino 600 500s plus Konoha equals 1900 Sarutobi Konoharamu 400 200s plus Konoha equals 800 600s. I synchro summon Anko, Ino and Konohamaru to call forth Sarutobi heroes in the Sandaime Hokage. The three shinobi dissolved into 8 orbs and reassembled themselves into an elderly man in combat robes. Sarutobi Hiruzen Synchro Monster, Level 8, Earth Ninja Type, Attack 3000, Def 3001 Tuner Monster plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. All shinobi type monsters gain 300 attack and defense points when this card is in play excluding himself. If destroyed, you can special summon a monster from your graveyard as long as its attack points are half of Hiruzen Sarutobi's. Sarutobi entered the field and his points climbed. Sarutobi 3000 3000s plus Konoha equals 3400 3400 Kakashi, 3300 2800 plus Sarutobi, effect equals 3600 3100. The Ass of Synchro stood menacingly on the field. Jiji, attack with the adamantium staff. Kakashi attack with Rikiri. Yelled Naruto. Bastion sank to his knees as his life points to 0. Good game, my friend. Next time I shall calculate my way to victory. Naruto chuckled at that these cards are prototypes. I have no doubt you'll be able to counter them when they finally come out. But for now there are just some calculations that you cannot understand at this moment in time. The next morning everyone headed to the school for breakfast and rumors were already afloat. Did you hear? Bastion got thrashed last night. One slifer said to his friends. No way. Bastion is the best of the best in this year's fresh meat. Who beat him? Pegasus's kid. Everyone stopped and stared at Naruto and Bastion when they entered the dining hall. Talking about the outcome of our duel. Well, Bastion just got very unlucky at my starting hand. Very unlucky as in managed to get down 3 keystones for my deck before calling out a few big guns. Similar to my entrance exam but only not as big. The kids turned around to eat when the chancellor stood up. Everyone, some new changes have come into effect. Maximilian Naruto is playtesting a set of cards that Mr. Pegasus and Kaiba are thinking about releasing. As we have all seen or heard that these cards can end a standard academy match with life point limit of 4000 has now been altered to 8000. That is all. No dueling in the corridors or at meals or between classes unless you have been challenged and it has been witnessed. There was a surge of beeping and chirping as the academia extended their duel discs and hastily set their life point totals to 8000. Duel disc upgrade life points to 8000. Naruto entered. The duel disc monitor turned off, turned black, his name ran across in kanji, and it rebooted. Boy, reject. A voice called out. Naruto looked up to see 3 obelisk blue boy and a couple of girls who were standing off to the side giving the look of we are not with these asses. Can I help you? Naruto asked placing his elbows on the table, looking all nonchalant. Give us your deck or else. One of them demanded. Or what duckus? Tweedledum and dumber. Mocked Naruto making the hall turn silent. I'm Chaz Princeton, beat me in a duel and I'll give you several dozen of my rare cards. You lose I gain your deck and you leave. Naruto stared at Chaz in disbelief. You're utterly serious about this? Chaz nodded. Aim on. Duel disc activate. Engage. Shouted Naruto as Chaz started up his own disc. I'll go first as I'm the challenged. Declared Naruto causing Chaz to nod. Naruto. 8000 chant. Mitarashi Anko, Yamanaka Ino, Uzumaki Naruto, Konoha, Sarutobi Konoharamu, Pot of Greed. I play Pot of Greed. Declared Naruto as he pulled Heiichi Echo and Subaku no Gara. I now lay 1 card face down, discard 1 card from my hand to special summon Mitarashi Anko in attack mode. Mitarashi Anko level 5 ninja type, attack 2100, defense 1300 BY. Discarding 1 card. This monster can be special summoned to your field. I then normal summon, Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, a card named after me. My father told me I should be as polite as normal, but when asked if I am a member of the Pegasus family, remember you have a card of you. Naruto explained as they saw him appear in the arena. Uzumaki Naruto level 4, wind ninja type, attack 1600 defense 800 as long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. As most of you realize what happens when Uzumaki Naruto is on the field. Come on out Sakura Shanro. He called out and the space next to Naruto erupted to life as Sakura stepped out. Naruto Sakura level 2 Earth Ninja Tuner type attack 400 defense 900. This card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. Observing a tuner. Synchro time. Alexis and Zane said, to everyone the synchro trick was getting old quite fast, but it was always interesting to see what monster was going to be synchro summoned. Naruto had shrugged off his jacket and revealed on his stomach under his shirt part of his Jinchuriki seal. What's that on your stomach? Crowd asked curiously. Naruto undid the orange and blue shirt to reveal the mark, the last memento of my birth parents, or more specifically my mother's. It's called an 8 trigram seal. Call it a symbol if you will of my relation to the main branch of my family. Now Chaz, I haven't forgotten you. Now I'm about to do a variation of my synchros. Generally a synchro requires a tuner and a monster, however I'm performing a specific synchro. This means in order to summon this monster, I must have a specific monster, tuner, and however many else I need to pull it off. In this case I have the requirements on the field. Naruto Sakura, tune with Mitarashi Anko. Anko dissolved into 5 orbs and began to circulate the Pinket. Naruto Sakura tuned with Mitarashi Anko attach and tuned to Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto ordered and Sakura also dissolved into 2 orbs making 7, which began to rapidly circulate Naruto. Observation: this doesn't look good for Princeton. I mean Naruto would have had at least 1 or 2 synchros out, what else does he have? He has that silver-haired lightning summon. The old man with the fireball or metal staff and that sand thing. Stated Alexis. You worry too much, this is just smoke and mirrors. Very effective smoke and mirrors, but what is smoke and mirrors but smoke and mirrors? Replied Zane, but inwardly deep down he too was slightly concerned. Game. By 3 monsters, I bid thee farewell and declare roar for me. Kurana. The Kyuubi no Kitsune. Screamed Naruto as he twisted on his seal. Naruto absorbed the orbs, flung his arms out to his sides as he began to spiral upwards in a pillar of white light. Suddenly a deafening roar reverberated around the hall, and standing in front of Naruto sat the largest fox everyone had ever seen since the debacle with the Egyptian gods. Kurama the 9-tailed FOX Synchro Monster, level 10, Fire Divine type, attack 4000 defense 3700, 1 tuner monster plus Naruto Uzumaki plus 1 non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove 1 card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play. This card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. Now, Kurama is unaffected by effect spells and trap cards. Stated Naruto before saying Bajuadama. Chaz was blown off his feet as the fox generated a purple orb of energy, swallowed it and spat it at him. Naruto. 8000 lips field Kurama, 1 face down hand. Heiichi Echo and Subaku no Gara. Chaz. 4000 lips field. Nana and Chthonian Solidux 2, Reborn Zombie, Call of the Haunted, Chthonian Alliance. Chaz smirked. I lay 2 cards face down, summoned Chthonian Solider in attack mode. Naruto nodded, going to attack. Chaz nodded and the Chthonian Solider attacked, dealing 1200 attack to his life points. Naruto. 6800 lips field. Kurama, 1 face down hand. Heiichi Echo and Subaku no Gara. Naruto pulled another card turning out to be Jiraiya of the Sannin. Game over Chaz. I tribute my 2 monster cards in my hand to the graveyard to bring out Jiraiya of the Sannin. Jiraiya of the Sannin level 7, Earth Ninja type attack 2600 defense 2400. This monster cannot be targeted by an attack as long as there's another monster on your side of the field. Kurama attack his soldier. Chaz winced as the Solider was destroyed, taking with him 2800 LPTS. Jiraiya. Gallant Rasengan. Attack him directly. Screamed Naruto and the silver-haired man smirked. The infamous orb of energy appeared and Chaz's life points were reduced to 0. There was silence. A stone silence that shook the entire hall. Chaz Princeton had just been thrashed by Maximilian Naruto. Again a raw student had demonstrated the sheer speed of his synchro monsters in deck. Now, everyone to lessons. Ordered the chancellor. The first class happened to be gym, which again Naruto showed off his past as a shinobi by running 20 laps of the hall, followed by another 5 on his hands. The teacher was impressed as the other students could barely cope with a measly 10 laps at their own pace in a 2-hour period. This statement would normally have included Jaden Yuki, except for the fact that the hero user had burned himself out after 2 laps trying to keep up with the blonde. Class, we can improve on your health and fitness. Next time do 5 laps and work on push-ups, sit-ups and crunches. Said Professor Speculum. Now it was time for the most humiliating lesson of all dueling theory with the cross-dressing transvestite Crowler. Naruto outright refused to call the thing anything respectful. Mrs. Rhodes, could you please explain the importance of field spells? Asked Crowler. Field spells alter the playing field to give you an advantage. One such field spell is Mountain. This field spell increases the attack and defense of all dragon, winged beast and thunder types by 200 points. quoted Alexis, causing Crowler to grin. Brilliant. Any other field spells that you can think of for extra credit? He asked pride as one of his obelisks answered the question perfectly. Do I can think of. The first is used by Naruto and it's called Konigak no Sado. The other is Skyscraper. She said, knowing she had screwed up the first one and was quite sure of the second. Ano Georgia Kuri, no Sado. Pretty close, but most just know it as Konoha. Chipped in Naruto from his seat. Konoha increases your ninja shinobi deck by 300 attack and defense, am I right Naruto-san? Asked Alexis, she grinned when the blonde eye smiled at her. As for Skyscraper, I heard in the duel it increased the hero monster's attack by 1000 if the target's attack is greater than its own. This only occurs in the damage calculation. Finished Alexis. Splendid. Fantastic. That is why obelisk blues are a cut above the rest. Now then Truesdale Cirrus, what is the difference between mirror force and negate attack? Cirrus paled and he began to garble something unintelligible. This is why Osiris Reds don't belong here. Can anyone answer the question? Asked Crowler impatiently. Mirror force destroys all monsters in attack position your opponent controls. Negate attack stops one attack. One destroys all monsters, the other stalls one attack. Naruto said, finally sitting up. Then the bell rang as Crowler was celebrating Naruto's genius answer. Fucking wanker, Osiris Reds are the ones with most potential, with raw yellow just needing a bit of guidance. Naruto muttered furiously. Cheer up kid, could be worse. That thing could be sucking up to you to make you an obelisk blue. Hang on your arm, thing's beeping. I think it's Hero Kid and his bug bud. Kurama said, popping his head on Naruto's shoulder. Cheers Kurama. Naruto said quietly before looking at the PDF. Bastion, seems Hero Boy has been issued an anti-match with Princeton. Bastion smirked, let's go, should be interesting in what happens. That night, Bastion and Naruto snuck out of their dorm, or rather Bastion left via the door whilst Naruto jumped out of the window. The pair of them had tucked their decks into their jackets. Naruto, just how many decks have you got at this moment in time? Commented Bastion curiously. Got my Unleashed deck, the one most people see, and a Macrocosmo deck which I seldom use. However, I have schematics for a Shippuden or adult version of my Unleashed deck and some other idea security. Naruto said before slamming Bastion and himself forcefully against two trees as the guards walked past. The guards left and the two yellows snuck back into the academy. Naruto put his ear to the ground and listened. 3 floors up he could tell several students were gathering. 3 floors up. Be careful. The 2 raw students made it to the floor when Naruto fished into his back pocket and pulled out 2 kunai. It could be a trap, and yeah, these are authentic. He said, tossing one to Bastion, who held it loosely in his hand where Naruto gripped it in his normal reverse grip. The two proceeded to creep along the corridor until they found themselves outside the classroom. Naruto pushed the door open and holstered his kunai whilst Bastion quickly stashed his down his trousers. What are you doing here, Bastion-san? Naruto-kun. Asked Alexis, blushing slightly when she saw the duo. Came to watch Chaz get his ass kicked by Hero Boy, Alexis-chan. Naruto replied, smiling fox-like, making Alexis wound slightly. What are the bets going on Chaz thrashing this guy? Asked another member of the obelisk house. 1 in 100, providing Chaz hasn't done anything anal with his deck. However, I'm putting $30 on this match being interrupted. Said Naruto, to which the majority of the students all nodded and the money was given to Alexis. The reason everyone gave it to Alexis, she was the most well-known trustworthy broker out of all of them. Her parents were brokers on the dueling monster market and had managed to win her several rare and powerful cards. Everyone by now had realized that Naruto had a fast play deck. Naruto-san, what are your chances of beating Alexis-sama and her Cyber Girl deck? Naruto stared at the buxom blonde Cyber Girl deck. Resistant to magic. Relatively powerful low-level monster and absolute monsters, the more you tribute the more monstrous they become. A bit like the transvestites. He asked curiously. Out of all the duelists Naruto knew through his guardians such as Joey Wheeler, Seto Kaiba and Yugi Moto and Solomon Yuki, he didn't know any that used a cyber deck. Although it was rumored that Zane Truesdale, Cirrus's elder brother, did. Yup, very astute Naruto-san. So can the amazing synchros take out the cybers? Asked the student. Who knows, depends on the draw. Don't forget my deck is a fast-paced deck which requires next to no power-ups. It can be a real pain for the big monster decks. I should know, when I was learning my synchro deck, when I wasn't dueling my father, I was against Joey Wheeler and the 2 greatest of our time. Replied Naruto, smirking madly. You played Yugi Moto and Seto Kaiba. How did it go? Exclaimed the kid, causing everyone to look at the two. You played Seto Kaiba and Yugi Moto? They asked. Yes, I played them. I lost to them every time, but each time I lost, I managed to do a lot better than before. I managed to bluff Kaiba into playing 2 of his 3 blue eyes and trap them only for him to use Black Hole. By now Chaz and Jaden had arrived and everyone's attention turned to them. This is a 4000 life point match. Chaz stated before he saw Alexis. Hey Alexis, you come to see me crush my new friend Jaden. It'll be short, entertaining and sweet. Yeah, it will be entertaining. But in the end you're gonna lose. So let's duel. Aim. Chaz 4000 LPTS Reborn Zombie, Defense Mode, and 1 face down. Jaden 4000 LPTS Polymerization, Elemental Wingman Avian and Elemental Burstinatrix. Alright, I'm going bigger. I'm using Polymerization to fuse Elemental Heroes Avian and Burstinatrix to bring out Flame Wingman in attack mode. I told you I'd start big. Chaz smirked, causing Jaden to stare. I was hoping so because you've activated my trap. Chthonian Polymer, do your thing. Chaz 4000 LPS Reborn Zombie, Defense Mode, activated Chthonian Polymer. Jaden 4000 LPS Elemental Wingman, attack mode 2100-1200. Observing. Chthonian Polymer is a nasty card everyone. Alexis announced it allows the user to sacrifice his own monster to take control of his opponent's fusion. Oh crap. Murmured Bastion as Cirrus began to panic. I sacrifice my reborn zombie to take control of your wingman. Declared Chaz. Predictable Jaden chatting about your best card, you can guarantee the first obelisk duelist will tailor his deck to take it down. Snarled Naruto furiously at the obvious tailoring. He despised tailoring, it was one of the few things he hated about duelists with connections. His guardian had offered numerous times to upgrade his deck, but Naruto had declined by saying I'll upgrade it when someone can stop all my tricks. Match. However, Wingman was a special summon, meaning I can still summon another monster. Declared Jaden. However, I don't have anything that can stand up to Wingman. Jaden thought, panic beginning to set in. Alright, Elemental Clayman in defense mode. Elemental Clayman, defense mode, 1200-2000. Jaden 4000 LPS Elemental Clayman, defense mode. Chaz Elemental Flame Wingman. Chaz grinned ready slacker. Chthonian Solider. Chthonian Solider 1200-1200. Elemental Wingman, Skydive Scorcher. Chaz declared and the Clayman dissolved. I haven't forgotten his ability, you take 1200 life points. Jaden gasped as he caught the full force of the flame blast from point blank range. Jaden 2800 LPTS. Chaz 4000 LPTS. Solider attack with biting wind. Jaden collapsed to his knees as the wolf soldier struck another 800 off his life points. Jaden. 2000 LPTS. Chaz. 4000 LPTS. Know your place yet? Chaz mocked as another face down appeared. Jaden began sobbing with laughter and soon enough got back to his feet. This is brilliant. The trash talking, it's brilliant. Anyway, I summon elemental hero Sparkman. Sparkman 1600-1400. Static shockwave. The azure bolts of electricity annihilated the Chthonian Solider. Chaz. 3600. Jaden. 2000. Suddenly Jaden felt a lancing pain in his chest and his life points decreased by 400. When the soldier is destroyed you take the same amount of life points as I did. The only difference is you won't have any left. Observing. Come on Jaden, pull something out your sleeve. Where are the bloody security? By now they must have heard something. Naruto and Bastion were saying frantically. Naruto quickly vanished behind Cirrus and with a soft chop to the neck the younger Truesdale crumpled to the floor. Alexis stared at the blonde in shock. What did you do that for? Alexis-chan, the kid was going to have a panic attack. I was saving us the problem. Naruto explained holding the kid on his back. The punk's light as a feather. Alexis shook her head and unknowingly spun herself around in such a way that captured the old Jinchuriki's eye. That is one fine piece of vixen. I must say I approve of your choice kid. For once Naruto was glad of the massive fox's interruption. What's the score kid? I fell asleep. You should have told me, we were going to late night match. The fox rumbled. Kurama, the hero boy Jaden is getting his ass raked by a tailorist. Currently 3600 to 1600 tailorists lead. Naruto explained succinctly. Kurama nodded and was quickly downloading the match from Naruto's brain. That was one of the perks of being a Jinchuriki and dual speared. He got to see what his partner saw. Match. Your time has come, be ready to hand over all your cards. Regardless of any face down. Mocked Chaz before Flameman attacked. The Clayman was destroyed and Chaz mocked some more as Flameman went to deal the final blow when Jaden struck. I play my trap card Mirror Gate. Observers. Sweet move, that card gives him back both heroes. Kurama said as Naruto smirked. Bastion and Alexis also grinned as did several of the other gamblers. Some were convinced that Jaden would pull this off whilst Naruto was still certain that the match was going to be interrupted. Match. Mirror Gate swaps the attacking monster with a monster on my side of the field. Jaden called as the two heroes swapped sides and Sparkman dissolved. Now don't forget Chaz, you take damage of the amount elemental Sparkman's attack power. Chaz screamed in pain as the phantom bolts of electricity coursed through his body and his life points dropped to 1500. Chaz. 1500 LPS Jaden. 1600 LPTS. Now I activate Chthonian Blast, an eye for an eye. You take half of your monster's attack points. Plus it's destroyed. Said Chaz with a shit-eating grin. Chaz. 1500 LPS Jaden. 550 LPTS. I play Call of the Haunted to call back a Chthonian warrior only because he shall be tributed to summon Mephist the Infernal General. Mephist, the Infernal General 1800-1700. Not bad. Replied Jaden, this rankled Chaz. Jaden smirked as he looked at the winged Kurobo as everyone's PDF went off. Pampa security. Alexis said and everyone began to freak out. Naruto grabbed the money off Alexis as Bastion grabbed Jaden's pants by the belt loops and pulled him off the stage. No off-hour dueling. We get busted if caught. We must go. Chaz didn't tell you. Alexis explained. Jaden take Cirrus back to your dorms. Alexis-chan, I'll see you in class. Bastion we need to go. Naruto said pulling his fellow Raw student out the door. Quick, in here. Naruto said pulling Bastion into an empty classroom, looking over the Raw dorms, Naruto opened the window and climbed out. Naruto-kun, we are 4 stories up. We splatter on the ground if this goes wrong. Bastion said questioning his friend's sanity. Bastion, do you want to be expelled? If not come on get on the ledge and shut the window. Ordered Naruto. Bastion quickly complied and joined Naruto on the ledge as spotlights began to probe the windows. Put your hands on my shoulders please tell no one about this. Ordered Naruto. Bastion complied and saw Naruto make a strange sign with his hand Shunshin no Jutsu. But the flurry of leaves the 2 raw yellows vanished from the porch in a swirl of leaves. Leaving no evidence of them ever being on the window ledge. The pair rematerialized in the bushes where Naruto had earlier slammed Bastion in order to avoid security. Naruto-kun, that technique thanks. Your deck now makes a lot of sense now. Give me a few hours and I'll understand the characters. Said Bastion with a grin. Naruto smirked as the pair went to bed. Thoughts crossed his mind do you think he can figure out that the fact my deck is based on actual people? Possibly, but out of everyone at this academy. He is the only one who is going to believe you. Rumbled Kurama before Naruto passed out from exhaustion the 2 bumped fist to paw. The next morning came too early for Bastion and Naruto but the 2 got up showered and dressed. Naruto pulled his jacket of a black and red long-sleeved fitting shirt with a red and white Uzumaki swirls on the left and right shoulders and a massive red swirl on his back. Duel disengage. The blonde entered and the device emerged and he descended the stairs. Naruto was perched on the back of the sofa waiting for Bastion who emerged not long afterwards. Naruto-kun, is your deck based on people you knew? Asked Bastion bluntly. Naruto stopped in his tracks and for the first time since the 2 friends had known each other, Bastion saw sorrow and age flicker across the blonde's eyes. Yes, a very long time ago. Far too long ago. Bastion's eyes widened, how old are you? He asked carefully. I'm 17, physically that is. However I've been flung something like 4,000 years into my planet's future. Everyone I knew died 1 second. Naruto's phone was ringing, phones weren't forbidden on school grounds, but they weren't to be used during the day. Hello? Hey father, what is it? Naruto asked curiously. Naruto boy, the cards have just been finished. I must say that they look pretty awesome, I'm sending them to the school for you, along with a few initial ideas for your Exodia foe. Pegasus said, his filled with excitement. The pair said goodbyes and Naruto stashed his phone away. My dear adoptive father is sending me a new deck and some prototypes for a brand new Exodia type thing. Bastion nodded. You do know, you can talk to me about anything about your life. He said to the war-torn teen from time long gone. I will, Bastion, in fact I'll tell you all about the people who make up my deck. Naruto said, a true grin gracing his face, and with that the 2 headed off to breakfast with Naruto explaining in depth every single member of his deck and how they were created. They made it to breakfast, Naruto noticed a vast amount tired faces including a smug-looking Chaz and a triumphant Jaden. The mail has just finished being organized and is now being delivered. The chancellor said, and with that the post entered with cleaners. Naruto thanked the cleaner with his 2 packages. Marcus, a senior raw yellow, noticed. What did you get, Naruto? He asked rather loudly. This caught the hall's attention and soon enough Naruto had a small gathering of people trying to get a peep at his packages. Away. Naruto said, chucking dryly at his housemate's plot. He was going to get the guy back if it was the last thing he was going to do. Naruto grabbed the first one that was called Shippuden and quickly opened it. Deck monsters, 19. Uzumaki Naruto, level 4, attribute wind, ninja type, tuner attack 1700 defense 1400, as long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. If Hyuga Hinata is on the field increase attack and defense by 500. Sasuke Uchiha, level 4 attribute fire, ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500, once per turn look at one card in your opponent's hand or face down. Sakura Haruno, level 3 attribute earth, ninja tuner type, attack 1100 defense 1300, this card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. If opposing monster is in defense mode piercing damage is halved. Shikamaru Nara, level 3, dark attribute, ninja type, tuner, attack 1000 defense 1300, this monster can take control of an opposing monster till the end phase as long as its level is equal or below your own. Sacrifice attack phase, this monster can remove one monster from play. Ino Yamanaka, level 3, fire attribute, ninja type, attack 1000 defense 1000, if you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Taoji Akimichi level 4, earth attribute, attack 1800 defense 1600, if Shikamaru Nara, Ino Yamanaka or Asuma Sarutobi is attacked, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Once per attack phase, lose 500 LPTS, this card can increase attack points or defense points by 600. Tsunade Senju of the Sannin, level 7, attribute earth, ninja type attack 3000 defense 1400. During battle between this attacking card and a defense position monster, whose def is lower than the ATK of this card deal piercing damage, this card cannot attack directly. Jiraiya of the Sannin, level 7, attribute earth, ninja type attack 2600 defense 2400, this monster cannot be targeted by an attack as long as there's another monster on your side of the field. Orochimaru of the Sannin, level 8, attribute wind, ninja type, attack 2800 defense 2100, by skipping the battle phase this card can gain control of an opposing monster, loses 200 attack and defense points per turn, this ability is active and cannot attack while controlling a monster. Tsubaku no Gara level 5, attribute wind, ninja type attack 2000 defense 2400, when attacked this card switches to defense mode. Sacris 500 LPTS, this card can stop 2 monsters for a turn. Suna Kunoichi Tamari level 4, wind attribute, ninja type, attack 2000 defense 1600, one summon all face down monsters are flipped face up. This card can redirect one attack per turn at the cost of attack phase. Suna Shinobi Kankuro, level 4, dark attribute, ninja tuner type, attack 1200 defense 1800, by discarding one card this monster can randomly take one card from your opponent's hand and add it to your own. Sacrifice attack phase, this monster can reduce one monster's attack damage by 500. Yamato level 5, dark attribute, ninja type 2000, defense 2200, this card can block one summoning space on the opponent's side of the field for a turn when in defense mode. Sai, level 4, dark attribute, ninja type 1500, 1900, on the turn summon this monster can take a card from your opponent's graveyard or search opponent's hand and deck as well. Konohamaru, level 2, fire attribute, ninja tuner type, attack 500 defense 900, when used in a synchro summon draw one card. Anko Mitarashi, level 5, dark attribute, ninja type, attack 2100, defense 1300, by discarding one card this monster can be special summoned to your field. Ninja Dog Pakin level 2, earth attribute, beast type tuner, attack 200, defense 200, once per turn you can look at one face down card on the field. Amakichi, level 2, water attribute, aqua tuner type, attack 700 defense 700, when used in a synchro summon, it can be treated as a level 3 monster. Anada Hyuga, level 4, water attribute, ninja tuner type, attack 1800 defense 1200, when used in a synchro summon increase the attack of the synchro by 500 attack points if it's a water attribute monster. If Uzumaki Naruto is on the field both increase Hinata's attack and defense by 300. Synchros, 7. Bakashi Haddock, level 7, attribute light, ninja type, attack 2700, defense 2200, 1 tuner monster plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters, once per turn, you can copy an ability of a monster in play till the draw phase of your next turn. Kurama the Nine-Tailed Fox, synchro monster, level 10, attribute fire, divine type, attack 4000 defense 4000, 1 tuner monster plus Naruto Uzumaki plus 1 non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove one card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play, this card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. Amabunta, synchro monster, level 9, attribute water, aqua type, attack 3200, defense 2500, 1 tuner plus Jiraiya. This card can attack all monsters on your opponent's field, it cannot attack directly, this card is only in play for one turn when destroyed, you can resummon Jiraiya of the Sannin from your graveyard. Hatsuaya, synchro monster, level 9, attribute water, aqua type, attack 2800 defense 3500. 1 tuner type monster plus Tsunade Senju. For one turn all monsters on your side of the field are immune to spell and trap cards. This card is only in play for one turn when destroyed. You can resummon Tsunade of the Sannin. Manda, Synchro Monster, Level 9, Attribute Earth, Reptile Type, Attack 3200 Defense 3000. By sacrificing monsters equal to Manda's level, this card can attack directly. This card is only in play for one turn when destroyed. You can resummon Orochimaru of the Sannin. Anzo Shimura, Synchro Monster Level 8, Ninja Type Attack 3000 Def 3000. When summoned gains 300 attack and defense for every monster on your side of the field. Once per turn can look at either one face down, opponent's hand, control a monster for a turn, or by sacrificing 1000 attack and defense, destroy one or two tribute monster. Shukaku the One-Tailed Raccoon, Synchro Summon, Level 7 Attribute Wind, Beast Type. Attack 2100 Defense 3000, 1 tuner monster plus Subaku no Gara. When attacked it can switch to defense mode and end the battle phase, cannot be targeted by trap cards. Spells, 11. Sage Mode, Equip Spell, attached to Jiraiya or Naruto, and they increase attack and defense by 1100 for 3 turns and deals piercing damage. Bonds of Teacher and Student, Normal Spell. If any member of the Sannin is in play, you can special summon one of the following from your hand: Naruto Uzumaki, Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha. Todori, Equip Spell. When equipped to either Kakashi or Sasuke Uchiha, deal piercing damage when attacking a monster in defense mode. Rasengan, Equip Spell. When equipped to either Jiraiya of the Sannin or Naruto Uzumaki, you can destroy any monster in defense mode, skipping the damage step. Hour of the Sannin, Normal Spell. Should Orochimaru, Tsunade and Jiraiya all be in play, by paying half your life points destroy all cards on the field, skip your battle phase. Konoha, Field Spell. All shinobi type monsters gain 400 attack and defense points. Out of Greed, Normal Spell, draw 2 card. Graceful Charity, Normal Spell, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. Monster Reborn, Normal Spell, target one monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it. Great Breakthrough, Normal Spell, return all spell and trap cards on the field to their owner's hands. Kunai, Equip Spell, gains 500 attack and defense points. Trap, 10. Tsukiyomi, Trap, take a control of an enemy monster. If a Sharingan wielder is in play it becomes continuous. To control more monsters, that Sharingan user loses 300 attack and defense points. Magical Cylinder, Normal Trap card. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster. Negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. Explosive Tag, Counter Trap, negate the activation of a spell or trap card. Raining Shield, Normal Trap. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster. Negate that attack, and if you do, gain life points equal to that target's attack. Urgent Tuning, Normal Trap, activate only during the battle phase. Synchro Summon 1 Synchro Monster. Send the appropriate Synchro material monsters to the graveyard. Pour Flame Pillar Prison, Normal Trap. Choose 3 monster zones on your opponent's field. No monsters summoned in play or summoned in those zones can attack for 3 turns. Fuchius. Edo Tensei, Continuous Trap, resurrect any monster from your graveyard. That monster cannot be destroyed by effects, spell or trap cards. For every turn this monster is on the field, you lose 500 life points. Restriction Seal, Normal Trap. During the battle phase opponent's monster's attack is cut in half. Ninja's Revenge, Counter Trap. If a shinobi type monster has been destroyed, deal half its attack points as damage to your opponent. Negate Attack, Normal Trap, activate only when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Negate the attack and end the battle phase. Naruto nodded. The deck had remained the same, but Pegasus had evidently swapped out Hade, Yugioh and Sarutobi for Yamato, Sai and Danzo. What was it, Naruto-kun? Asked Alexis, unable to keep the curiosity out of her voice. Not much really, just a new deck. Same cards, but older, stat changes and a few card changes, but all in all same old Alexis-chan. Replied Naruto, scratching his head. Naruto turned to the second box, which was called Prototypes. Back left leg of the Ancient One, Synchro, Level 5, Divine Beast, Attack 2000 Defense 2000, requires Shukaku and Matabi, and 1 tuner type monster. When summoned, one monster on the opponent's side of the field is stopped for a turn. Back right leg of the Ancient One, Synchro, Level 5, Divine Beast, Attack 2000 Defense 2000, requires Sanbi and Son Goku, and 1 tuner type monster. When summoned, one monster on the opponent's side of the field is stopped for a turn. Front left leg of the Ancient One, Synchro, Level 5, Divine Beast, Attack 2000 Defense 2000, requires Kakuo and Seiken, and 1 tuner type monster. When summoned, one monster on the opponent's side of the field is stopped for a turn. Front right leg of the Ancient One, Synchro, Level 5, Divine Beast, Attack 2000 Defense 2000, requires Jimei and Jayuki, and 1 tuner type monster. When summoned, one monster on the opponent's side of the field is stopped for a turn. Body of the Ancient One, Synchro, Level 5, Divine Beast, Attack 2000 Defense 2000, requires Kurama, Yang, and Kurama, Yin, and 1 tuner type monster. When summoned, one monster on the opponent's side of the field is stopped for a turn. Shinju the Ancient One, Synchro, Level 10, Divine Beast, Attack 5000, Defense 5000, requires all 5 parts of the Ancient One. Can only attack once every other turn when it attacks the card targeted and the cards adjacent to it are destroyed. Minato Namikaze, Synchro Monster, Ninja Typer Level 7, Light, requires Naruto and 1 other tuner. Attack 2800 Defense 2300. For 3 turns this monster can attack the opponent's monsters twice. If Kushina Uzumaki is on the field, Minato gains an extra 300 attack and defense. Kushina Uzumaki, Ninja Tuner, Level 6, Dark, Attack 2500, Defense 2200, can be used to summon Kurama the Nine-Tailed Fox, once per turn can prevent a monster from attacking. If Minato Namikaze is on the field, Kushina gains an extra 300 attack and defense. Kurama the Nine-Tailed Fox, Synchro Monster, Level 10, Attribute Fire, Divine Type, Attack 4000 Defense 4000, 1 tuner monster plus Naruto or Kushina Uzumaki plus 1 non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove 1 card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play. This card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. There was silence in the hall as Naruto read out the cards. Don't worry. The new cards need some tuning, pun intended. Plus my father has conveniently forgotten to give me other cards allowing me to use my big ace. Deadpan Naruto, causing the whole school to sigh in relief. What do you need to be created? Asked Zane out of curiosity. He would ensure Naruto had the best deck at his disposal, and then, and only then, would Zane directly challenge Naruto to find out who was stronger. 7 more big monsters like the Fox and Sand Thing. 2 rituals, a few spells and synchros, along with hoping the playing field and deck limits are expanded. Naruto replied, his mind working in overdrive to make the potential monsters and spells. Everyone dispersed. That was until Jaden opened his mouth. Alexis Rhodes, I challenge you to a duel. Everyone's jaw dropped and Naruto face-palmed Bastion, this is going to suck. Bastion smirked at Naruto's exaggerated sigh. Listen my friend, at least you'll be able to make a bit of money. Naruto cheered up at that as the duelists separated. Alexis. 8000 LPS cards in hand. 6 monsters in play. 0 traps and spells. 0. Jaden. 8000 LPS cards in hand. 5 monsters. 0 traps and spells. 0. Ladies first. Said Jaden with a grin. Naruto snarled. Bastion smirked. Alexis flushed. The entire school jaws dropped as the obelisk queen blushed. The winner gets to duel Naruto. Said Alexis. Jaden shrugged. Alexis focused on the game again. I place 1 card face down and put a Toil Cyber in attack mode. I end my turn. Alexis declared. Alexis. 8000 LPS cards in hand. 4 monsters in play. 1 traps and spells. 1. The Toil Cyber Affinity Earth Level 4 at 1200 def 1600 gains 500 atkin damage step if attacks directly. Jaden nodded. Drew. I summon Elemental Hero Sparkman. Elemental Hero Sparkman attribute light level 4 at 1600 def 1400. Jaden. 8000 LPS cards in hand. 4 monsters. 1 traps and spells. 0. Attack. Declared Jaden. Alexis smirked. I activate my trap double pass. Alexis declared this trap changes our monster's attack targets to the player. Thanks to a Toil Cyber's effect she gains 500 attack when she attacks directly. Jaden grunted as his life points took a hit. I also lay a card face down. He declared. Alexis. 6400 LPS cards in hand. 4 monsters. 1 traps and spells. 0. Jaden. 6300 LPS cards in hand. 4 monsters. 1 traps and spells. 1. Impressed Jaden-kun? Asked Alexis with a grin. Naruto couldn't help but feel red as his crush taunted the hero user. Impressed. Definitely in love. The boy replied. Alexis eyed sweet. Unfortunately I'm not interested. But I'll admit you are pretty cute, but unfortunately that's not going to stop me from crushing you. She then drew a card. Alexis. 6400 LPS cards in hand. 5 monsters. 1 traps and spells. 0. I summon Cyber Petite Angel. Cyber Petite Angel for level 2 at 300 def 200 add 1 Machine Angel Ritual from deck to hand. Because of its effect, I gain 1 Machine Angel Ritual to my hand. Machine Angel Ritual. This card is used to ritual summon any Cyber Angel Ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from the field or your hand whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster you are attempting to ritual summon. Alexis grinned. I fuse a Toil Cyber and Blade Skater with polymerization to summon Cyber Blade. Blade Skater Thwarrior level 4 at 1400 def 1500. Polymerization fuses 2 monsters together. Cyber Blade Earth Warrior Fusion level 7 at 2100 def 800 requires. Etoile Cyber and Blade Skatera fusion summon of this card can only be conducted with the above fusion material monsters. While your opponent controls only one monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. While your opponent controls only two monsters, double this card's ATK. While your opponent controls only three monsters, negate the effects of your opponent's spell, trap, and effect monsters. Now I use Machine Angel Ritual as I tribute the Cyber Petite Angel and the Cyber Prima in my hand to summon Cyber Angel Dakini. Cyber Angel Dakini Lit Fairy Ritual Blade at 2700-2400 requires. Machine Angel Ritual. This card only be ritual summoned with the ritual spell card, Machine Angel Ritual. When this card is special summoned, your opponent selects and destroys one of their monsters. During battle between this attacking card and a defense position monster whose def is lower than the ATK of this card, inflict the difference as battle damage to your opponent. Alexis. 6400 Lips cards in hand. 0 monsters. 2 traps. 0. I attack with Cyber Angel Dakini. Jaden's life points decreased yet again. Jaden. 3600 Lips cards in hand. 5 monsters. 1 traps and spells. 1. Sweet, this is just getting started. I lay 2 cards down on the field and summon Elemental Hero Clayman in attack mode. Elemental Hero Clayman Ryrith level 4 at 800 def 2000. Activating Polymerization, I fuse Sparkman and Clayman to make Hero Thunder Giant. Elemental Hero Thunder Giant Warrior Fusion level 6 at 2400 def 1500. Elemental Hero Sparkman plus Elemental Hero Clayman must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn. You can discard 1 card to target 1 face-up monster on the field with original ATK less than the ATK of this card. Destroy that target. I activate the Dark Factory of Mass Production. Tell me, Alexis, have you heard of the evil heroes? Alexis hung her head. Most of the school were confused, but Naruto nodded. No, Jaden. They're darker fiend-type versions of the hero series. Now using the factory, I put Sparkman and Clayman back into my hand. I now use Dark Fusion on Sparkman and Clayman to bring out Evil Hero Lightning Golem. Evil Hero Lightning Golem Light Fiend Fusion level 6 at 2400 def 1500. Elemental Hero Sparkman plus Elemental Hero Clayman must be special summoned with Dark Fusion and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn. You can target 1 monster on the field. Destroy that target. Alexis stared at the 2 heroes before she grinned. Since you have 2 monsters, my Cyber Bladers attack doubles. Jaden nodded. I know. That's why I discard a card from my hand to destroy 1 creature whose attack and defense are originally below his. Alexis stared as her Cyber Blader was destroyed. Now both monsters attack. Alexis groaned as the 2 monsters dropped her life point significantly and annihilated her monsters. Alexis. 4300 Lips cards in hand. 0 monsters. 0 traps. 0. Jaden. 3600 Lips cards in hand. 2 monsters. 2 spells and traps. 1. Alexis drew and her eyes widened. She had just drawn Pot of Greed. I play Pot of Greed, allowing me to draw 2 more cards. Her fortune amazed her as the 2 cards she drew were more Pots of Greed. I think I can pull this off. I activate play 2 more Pots of Greed. Declared Alexis, and she drew a Toil Elite, Polymerization, Blade Skater and Heart of the Underdog. I now play Heart of the Underdog for spell cards. Alexis said, and she drew 2 Mirror Force. I use Polymerization to bring out another Cyber Blader and place 2 cards face down. Cyber Blade Earth Warrior Fusion level 7 at 2100 def 800 requires. Etoile Cyber and Blade Skatera fusion summon of this card can only be conducted with the above fusion material monsters. While your opponent controls only 1 monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. While your opponent controls only 2 monsters, double this card's ATK. While your opponent controls only 3 monsters, negate the effects of your opponent's spell, trap, and effect monsters. Alexis. 4300 Lips cards in hand. 0 monsters. 1 traps. 2. Jaden. 3600 Lips cards in hand. 2 monsters. 2 spells and traps. 1. Jaden nodded and pulled another card. He shrugged and placed it in his hand. It's time for us to finish this. I activate my Lightning Golem's effect and I attack with both of my monsters. Alexis smirked. I activate my Mirror Force. It destroys all monsters before they attack, as it is activated when you declare attack. Jaden grinned madly. He didn't care that his negate attack didn't work. Jaden. 3600 Lips cards in hand. 1 monsters. 0 spells and traps. 1. Alexis drew another Pot of Greed and activated the Underdog card and pulled 2 Monster Reborns, Polymerization, and a prototype card. Her parents had one called Effective Lockdown. This card for 2 turns could stop all monsters' cards in the hand from entering the field. She finished with Trap Hole. I play Pot of Greed and draw 2 more cards. Declared Alexis as she pulled Cyber Etoile and Cyber Petite Angel. I play Cyber Etoile on the field in attack mode, I then play Machine Angel Ritual and tribute my Cyber Petite Angel and Cyber Etoile to create Cyber Angel Dakini. Cyber Angel Dakini Lit Fairy Ritual Blade at 2700 2400 requires. Machine Angel Ritual. This card only be ritual summoned with a ritual spell card, Machine Angel Ritual. When this card is special summoned, your opponent selects and destroys one of their monsters. During battle between this attacking card and a defense position monster whose def is lower than the ATK of this card, inflict the difference as battle damage to your opponent. Jaden could only stare as the monster reappeared. Alexis grinned and continued. I now play 2 monster reborns and polymerization to bring out my Cyber Blader. Cyber Blade Earth Warrior Fusion level 7 at 2100 def 800 requires. Etoile Cyber and Blade Skatera Fusion summon of this card can only be conducted with the above fusion material monsters. While your opponent controls only 1 monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. While your opponent controls only 2 monsters, double this card's ATK. While your opponent controls only 3 monsters, negate the effects of your opponent's spell, trap, and effect monsters. End my turn. Jaden stared at his hand. He couldn't put any monsters down until 2 turns had passed. He looked at his life points. I still have my negate attack. He thought to himself, which he activated as the 2 monsters attacked. Jaden drew and this time he had the spell card half shut. I play 1 card face down and end my turn. Alexis grinned. She loved her deck. It had so many cyber combinations. She pulled yet another 4 cards, another polymerization, 2 monster reborns and a blade skater. She then drew another for her standard 1 card draw and pulled Magical Mallet. It allowed her to discard cards and draw that many. I play Blade Skater in attack mode. I 2 cards face down. I activate a spell card called Magical Mallet. It allows me to discard the cards I have in my hand to my graveyard to pull that many. Alexis discarded 2 and pulled 2 more. One was a final Etoile Cyber and negate attack. I discard my monster card Etoile Cyber, lay a trap card and activate 2 more spell cards. 1 card is Monster Reborn and the other is Polymerization. Etoile Cyber reappeared and it along with Blade Skater vanished. Cyber Blade Earth Warrior Fusion level 7 at 2100 def 800 requires. Etoile Cyber and Blade Skatera Fusion summon of this card can only be conducted with the above fusion material monsters. While your opponent controls only 1 monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. While your opponent controls only 2 monsters, double this card's ATK. While your opponent controls only 3 monsters, negate the effects of your opponent's spell, trap, and effect monsters. Alexis. 4300 cards in hand. 1 monsters. 3 traps. 3. Alexis grinned. I now attack with my Cyber Blader and Cyber Angel Dakini. Jaden groaned as the 4800 attack would destroy his life points. I play half shut. The spell card activated. I choose your Cyber Angel Dakini. Even though it can't be destroyed by battle. I can have its attack points until the end step. Jaden declared as the attack slammed home. Jaden. 150 cards in hand. 3 monsters. 0 traps. 0. Jaden drew and frowned at his hand. All he had left was a double summoning, Burstinatrix and Flash. This won't work. But at least I'll have gone out with a bang. I double summon. Elemental Heroes Burstinatrix and Flash. Jaden yelled. Elemental Hero Flashlight Warrior level 4 attack 1100 DEF 1600. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card and 3 Elemental Hero monster cards with different names from your graveyard to target 1 normal spell card in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Elemental Hero Burstinatrix for a level 3 attack 1200 def 800. I set Flash in defense mode and I end my turn. Jaden stated. Alexis drew, didn't look Dakini attack his Flash. Cyber Bladers attack his Burstinatrix and end this duel. Jaden spasmed as his life points were reduced to 0. Jaden Kuhn, you would have won if this was a 4000 life point game. Said Naruto as he picked up Jaden's cards that had fallen to the floor. Jaden, you did well. I just upgraded this deck so I could possibly take Naruto's deck. I wasn't sure if it'd work. Now Naruto-kun, it's time to duel and you pick the price. A date. Naruto said. A date. Repeated Alexis dumbly. Yeah, me and you. Go to the movies or something. Naruto explained, making Alexis flush and launch a hand out to swat the blonde over the head, who merely dodged. When I want you to make me a few cards. Bastion grinned and whistled. High stakes, taking bets. I will kill your cards until they're dead, Bastion. Snarled Naruto. Duelists, take your mark. Called the Chancellor. Bet your game on Naruto-kun. Called Alexis as she powered up her duel disc. Engage. You too, Alexis-chan. The Chancellor flipped a coin. Naruto noted that his was flipped on tails, so the chances of it landing on heads was quite certain. As it landed, Naruto shouted heads. The coin landed on its head side up. Naruto, you go first. Naruto. 8000 chant. Pot of Greed, Uchiha Sasuke, Yamanaka Ino, Sabaku no Gaara, Suna Shinobi Kankuro and Tsukumi monsters in play. 0 trap spell cards. 0. Alexis. 8000 chant. 5 cards. Etoile Cyber Petite Angel, Blader Skater, Polymerization and Double Pass. Naruto drew his 6, and a fox-like grin appeared. This is not your day, Alexis-chan. First, I lay 2 spell cards face down. Now I play Uchiha Sasuke in attack mode. The 2 face down cards shimmered. Followed by more pixels as 2 creatures appeared. Sasuke Uchiha level 4 attribute Fire Ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500 once per turn. Look at 1 card in your opponent's hand or face down. Sakura Haruno level 3 attribute Earth Ninja Tuner type attack 1100 defense 1300. This card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. If opposing monster is in defense mode, piercing damage is halved. I activate Sasuke's effect and I choose the card on the furthest left. The card turned out to be Double Pass. Alexis shook her head. I now sacrifice Ino Yamanaka to my graveyard to summon the Price of Sand. Sabaku no Gaara. Sabaku no Gaara level 5 attribute Wind Ninja type attack 2000 defense 2400. When attacked, this card switches to defense mode. Sacris 500 LPTS. This card can stop 2 monsters for a turn. Unlike the previous Gaara, which was decked out in black with a gourd, this one was dressed like royalty in dark maroon with a grey chest guard and familiar gourd attached to his back. Now, because I tributed Ino to summon Gaara, I get her back because as long as I have a tuner monster on the field, this case Sakura, she comes back. Ino Yamanaka level 3 fire attribute Ninja type attack 1000 defense 1000. If you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Alexis stared at her opponent. This was incredible. In his first action he had managed to get down 4 monsters, and one of which was a tuner. She knew what was going to happen next. I now go back to my roots. Synchro time. Now then, I think I'll synchro Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno to bring out the silver-haired Cylops Haddock Kakashi. Kakashi Haddock level 7 attribute light synchro ninja type attack 2700 defense 2201 tuner monster plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can copy an ability of a monster in play till the draw phase of your next turn. Now I activate my Pot of Greed, allowing me to draw 2 more cards. Naruto picked up Kunai and Anko Mitarashi. Kunai, equip spell, gains 500 attack and defense points. I now equip Kunai to Kakashi. Kakashi fished a kunai out of his pocket as his attack and defense rose to 3200-2700. I now swap Gaara to defense mode and end my turn. Naruto. 8000 chant. 2 cards. Suna Shinobi Kankuro and Anko Mitarashi monsters in play. 3 trap spell cards. 1. Alexis. 8000 chant. 5 cards. Etoile Cyber Petite Angel, Blader Skater, Polymerization and Double Pass monsters in play. 0 trap spell cards. 0. Alexis drew and her smile fell. She had pulled a polymerization again. Alexis. 8000 chant. 6 cards. Etoile Cyber Petite Angel, Blader Skater, Polymerization X2 and Double Pass monsters in play. 0 trap spell cards. 0. I lay 1 card face down. Play Polymerization on Etoile Cyber and Blader Skater to create Cyber Blade. Cyber Blade Earth Warrior Fusion level 7 at 2100 def 800 requires. Etoile Cyber and Blade Skater. A fusion summon of this card can only be conducted with the above fusion material monsters. While your opponent controls only 1 monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. While your opponent controls only 2 monsters, double this card's ATK. While your opponent controls only 3 monsters, negate the effects of your opponent's spell, trap, and effect monsters. Alexis grinned. You have 3 monsters on the field, meaning I negate the effect of your spell, trap and effects. Naruto grinned. Very well played, Alexis-chan, using my own over-eagerness against me. As my old shinobi sensei taught me to look underneath something I forgot with you and your fancy cyber girls. I attack Ino Yamanaka with Cyber Blade. Doing 2100 points against her 1000. Since mine is stronger, you take 1000 life points. Since you now I have 2 monsters, my attack is now doubled, said Alexis with a grin. Naruto shook his head. My dear Alexis, you've just lost but you don't know it. Naruto. 6900 LPTS, hand. 2 cards. Suna Shinobi Kankuro, Anko Mitarashi monsters in play. 2 trap spell cards. 1. I draw. The card turned out to be Shikamaru Nara. First of all I lay down Suna Shinobi Kankuro. Suna Shinobi Kankuro level 4 dark attribute ninja tuner type attack 1200 defense 1800 by discarding one card. This monster can randomly take one card from your opponent's hand and add it to your own. Sacrifice attack phase. This monster can reduce one monster's attack damage by 500. Kankuro emerged in a swirl of pixels, in his hands was the infamous puppet Sasori. I bring back Ino due to another tuner on the field. I now activate my trap card Tsukiyomi to entrap your cyber blade. Because of Kakashi's Sharingan it now becomes a permanent trap. Alexa stared as her monster was dragged to the other side. Everything lay on the hope of her being able to direct at least one of the attacks coming away from her. Kakashi, Chidori. Bara, Sand Drizzle. Kankuro, Machinery Triangles. Cyberblade, Attack. Alexis remembered she still had her trap to play. I activate Double Pass. Pant. I have your monster, remember. Alexis groaned as her life points hit 0. That's the result. Cyber girls haven't been able to stand up to my synchros. Alexis-chan, I'll let you know when I've got everything sorted out. Naruto handed her card back, kissed the back of her hand and left for his lesson. Pegasus, Kiba and Yugi were discussing the re-emergence of the shadow games at Dueling Academy that Pegasus and Kaiba had set up. When the phone rang, Kiba picked up the set and pressed loudspeaker as his secretary answered the phone. He saw it was Naruto's number. This should prove entertaining. He thought with a grin. Who is this? His secretary called. Naruto, is my father there? Surname please Mr. Naruto. Otherwise I'm going to have to hang up. The secretary replied. Are you really this dumb period? Or is it just the day of the week? My father is Pegasus, you dumb woman. I've called on this number plenty of times and have been passed through. I'm sorry. Can I help in any way? Not unless you can think of a better way to get my father to pick up his phone. Besides I need his expertise on something. I'm here, Naruto boy. As are Yugi boy and Kaiba boy as well. Well thank Kami. You were probably listening in. Anyways, I just won a forfeit duel. I said I'd take this lady out for a date. You don't know where to go. To overdo it or underdo it. Or where you can get a reservation. I was under the impression you were a ladies' man Naruto boy. Said Pegasus with a grin. Yeah, a long ass fucking time ago. That statement caught Kaiba and Yugi's attention. Come on up, I have information for you. Naruto entered the room in a pillar of light. Wow, been too damn long since I've used that technique. Hey Kaiba, Yugi. Father, what is it you needed to tell me? Shadow duels are coming back. Oh, and those cards you created for the Uchiha deck are ready. How are the Shinju cards? Asked Pegasus. I felt the shadow duels return. Jaden was in one a couple of nights ago. Brilliant, I'll make sure to trash the math boy for a trial run. As for the Shinju cards, they aren't going to work. It needs to be a ritual, synchro summoning the damn thing slows up. 5 spaces, I can only possibly make 2 parts and pray I get the containers. Ranted Naruto. Then what would you suggest then? Asked Kaiba. Ritual summoning. Jito Meizo. Sacrifice 500 life points to summon the Jito Meizo, which will be a 1200-2000 ritual monster. I also need to sacrifice a tuner to power it initially. Then from there I can play a trap card called 9 Phantom Dragons, which is a permanent trap card that for 3 turns per Jinchuriki slowly powers up the Meizo by 500. Then once I've got all 5 Jinchuriki and it specifically Gaara up to hand, then I could synchro it. Replied Naruto. Seems awfully complex. Said Yugi. No crap Yugi boy. Considering Shinju is the equivalent of your Exodia and Blackluster Soldier as one. Yugi nodded, he could see how complicated it could be to get something that big out. Naruto, before we help you with your date. What exactly did you mean by a long time ago in reference to your father's ladies' man comment? Naruto groaned. I came here from the past. Over 2000 years ago where we are now used to be a country called Kei's no Kuni or Land of Wind, it was home to ninja or shinobi of the Hidden Sand Village or Sunagakure. I came from a village 3 days away called Kanahagakure, the Hidden Leaf Village in Hai no Kuni or Land of Fire. Naruto told his story to the 3 adults, the only one who truly understood his trouble was Yugi because he held the spirit of the pharaoh Atem inside when he was younger. Damn, sounds unorthodox but almost completely true. Anyways, you've been treated to a life of luxury. Luxury, yes. But a luxury I worked hard to earn despite not being here long. Get to the point Kaiba. Anyways, do you remember that Italian you went to? Well, if you book it for say 8 in the evening, go formal casual. I'll have a word with the owners, they'll sort it out. Pegasus said. Naruto nodded. Can you do it for this Friday evening? We should be home by about 6. Pegasus nodded. The Curarante, I'll make the arrangements for this Friday. Get back to school. Naruto nodded. Naruto pulled out his phone. Bastion, get the special blade I gave you and put it outside. Naruto muttered thanks, hung up and bowed to everyone as he vanished in a pillar of light. Everyone stared at the technique. If that was a transportation technique from his time, I really don't want to know what else he could do. Stated Kaiba. The next day, Thursday. Naruto slumped into his seat, pushed his plate of bacon, eggs, sausages and hash browns away from him and fell asleep. The moment he had got back to his dorm room, he had been up all night constructing yet more cards for his Uchiha deck. Bastion and Naomi sat next to him in time to notice a deck box fall out of their friend's pocket and hit the floor. The hall fell silent, the sound of a deck box hitting the floor stilled everyone, no one moved. To look at a deck outside a duel without permission was offensive. Leave it, everyone eat long night. Naruto murmured into his arm. Naruto slumbered on until Bastion pulled out a caffeine pill and slid it into Naruto's mouth. Naruto spat the pill out and jerked awake. Nobody touches the ramen. Naruto-san, we don't have any ramen. Said Bastion quietly and handed Naruto the deck box. Another deck? Bastion asked curiously. Yeah, one of my 2 family decks. Based on the Uchiha. You'll see how it works later at some point. I need to find Alexis-chan. How hard can it be to track down a teen with a breast size Bachan could be proud of in this school? Naruto asked himself as he darted over to the obelisk blue dorms. Not too hard, old chum. Fuck you, Bastion. Naruto thought as he walked along the path towards the majestic building. He stopped and groaned. Since the Shadow Games had returned, the Chancellor had ordered all dorms to be under strict security surveillance. As always, the transvestite had got the most vicious and grudge-bearing guards to protect his obelisks. Naruto was already in a bad mood due to his lack of sleep and insufficient time to eat breakfast. Halt! Shouted one of the guards, who reminded the 2018-year-old shinobi of Izumo, one of the eternal gate guards of Konoha. What you want, kid? The guard snarled, pointing his baton at Naruto. I'm just here to speak with Alexis-chan. Naruto said, only to find the guard blocking his way. Prowler isn't having anyone who's now obelisk blue near the blues. Now get lost before I decide to give you some incentive. Growled the guard, going towards a deck box on his hip. Naruto smirked at the man. He knew the sort of deck they had. It was a lame basic security deck meant to drive off immature impulsive slifer reds. Oh, how the stupid guard would be punished for his ignorance. Let's duel. Naruto. 8000 chant. Suna Shinobi Kankuro, Uzumaki Naruto, Yamanaka Ino, Jiraiya of the Sannin, Sabaku no Gara monsters. 0 trap spells. 0. Bard. 8000 chant. Moki Mokeyx2, Henua, Happy Loverx2, Mirror Shield monsters. 0 field trap. 0. Naruto smirked fox-like at the haphazard guard. He knew the sort of deck the guard colors would get. The blues most likely got something like a Moki Smackdown. Useless until Moki King arrived. I'll go first. Uzumaki Naruto in attack mode along with Haruno Sakura. Uzumaki Naruto, level 4, attribute wind, ninja type, tuner attack 1700 defense 1400. As long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. If Hyuga Hinata is on the field, increase attack and defense by 500. Sakura Haruno, level 3 attribute earth, ninja tuner type, attack 1100 defense 1300. This card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. If opposing monster is in defense mode, piercing damage is halved. You can't do that. Exclaimed the guard. I can. Haruno Sakura's effect allows her to be special summoned from my deck if Uzumaki Naruto or Uchiha Sasuke are in play, which Naruto is. The blonde duelist replied. Naruto. 8000 chant. Suna Shinobi Kankuro, Uzumaki Naruto, Yamanaka Ino, Jiraiya of the Sannin, Sabaku no Gara monsters. 2 trap spells. 0. The guard snarled but took his turn. I lay one face down in Henua. Henua level 2 ROCK 500 500s. Your turn. Guard. 8000 chant. Moki Mokeyx2, Henua, Happy Loverx2, Forced Halt, spell card that stops one attack for 1 turn monsters. 1 field trap. 1. Naruto grinned as he pulled out Anko Mitarashi. Naruto. 8000 chant. Suna Shinobi Kankuro, Mitarashi Anko, Yamanaka Ino, Jiraiya of the Sannin, Sabaku no Gara monsters. 2 trap spells. 0. I tribute Mitarashi Anko and Yamanaka Ino to summon the Sage of Mount Miyabakizan and Perverted Hermit of the Hidden Leaf, Jiraiya of the Sannin. Jiraiya of the Sannin, level 7, attribute earth, ninja type, attack 2600 defense 2400. This monster cannot be targeted by an attack as long as there's another monster on your side of the field. I attack. Jiraiya Gallant Rasengan. Naruto Rasengan. Sakura Cherry Blossom Splash. The guard smirked. I use Force Halt on Jiraiya of the Sannin. Jiraiya's attack faded out of existence. Sakura's attack shattered Henua and Naruto's Rasengan slammed home. Guard. 5700 chant. Moki Mokeyx2, Happy Loverx2 field. 0 spells traps. 0. The guard snarled as he pulled out another Moki Moki. I lay Moki Moki in attack mode. Moki MOKEYLIGHTFAIRY 1300-100. End my turn. Naruto smirked as he drew a Chaz Sasuke. I play Chaz Sasuke. Sasuke Uchiha, level 4 attribute fire, ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500, once per turn look at one card in your opponent's hand or face down. Full out attack. Jiraiya. Gallant Rasengan. Naruto. Idama Rasengan. Sakura. Cherry Blossom Splash. Sasuke. Chidori Nagashi. The Moki Moki was incinerated by Sasuke's Chidori. The combined attacks destroyed the remainder of the guard's life points. Naruto smirked, sheathed his deck and disc and headed towards the dorms at speed. Alert. Intruder near the obelisk dorms. Physical force needed. Duelist unbeatable. Screamed the down guard on his microphone and immediately the klaxons began to scream. Alexis, who had been in her dorms all day, her face white and eyes red from tears. Her mother had been injured in a car accident. Her father and baby sister of the tender age of 6 were fine, but her mother wasn't. She had sustained several broken ribs, punctured lung, cracked vertebrae and broken legs. Thankfully the fire brigade had an engine in the K3 car's back and had safely extracted and stabilized her as the ambulance turned up. She didn't know if her mother would live. The guards hammered down the corridor, batons outstretched. Despite being a school, the chancellor, board of governors had issued that anyone caught by security could be treated as a potential convict. Another rule said as long as a house accepts it, a person may pass freely to another's dorm. Since Naruto was accepted as being one of the strongest raw yellows who could topple the obelisks, he had been accepted. Was a pity that the guards never read the laws. Naruto rolled over a security guard's back and firmly booted another in the stomach, using chakra to send the man flying backwards. This sucks. He thought as he twisted a guard off his feet into an impromptu cannonball. He skidded outside a door that just opened, revealing Marie. Marie was one of the girls that Alexis hung around at, and if anyone would know where Alexis was, she would. Who are you, yellow? She spat distantly. Naruto responded by reverse heel kicking a guard in the chin. Pegasus Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto said, I'm looking for Alexis. Marie stared at him with cold brown eyes. Is this about a date? Why does it concern you? Growled Naruto. You selfish, obnoxious brat. How dare you? Screamed Marie, going to punch Naruto, who vanished in a flicker of light to reappear behind her with a kunai to her throat. Arm down. Now what the hell is going on? Asked Naruto curiously. He let go of Marie when Alexis opened the door to the bathroom, his heart sank and he rushed over. You okay? What's wrong? Can I help? Babbled Naruto. No, my mother is in hospital from a car accident. Just stay with me, Marie. Get the guards to stand down. Alexis sniffled. Soon enough the klaxons were turned off. Alexis explained the circumstances. By the middle of the injuries, Naruto's eyes were flickering red. 1 second. Pegasus picked up after the first ring. Naruto boy, thought you'd be in lesson. Lessons schmeshens. Listen, do you have any influence over any hospitals? A bit. Why? Find one Michelle Rhodes and get her into a decent hospital. Find out the driver of the car collision and break him. Naruto growled, causing Pegasus to grin on the other end. The true Pegasus and Namikaze. I wonder if we are related despite adoption. Naruto boy told me that his parents, once they found each other, they were loyal to the core. My father should be tracking the man down as we speak. Now let's get you sorted out and back to class. What about the date? You beat me and as a result I would go on a date with you. Replied Alexis, a watery grin. Naruto grinned. That can wait until you're up to it. It was at the Cure Rante for this Friday if you were interested. It had a smart casual theme that night. Alexis grinned. Let's do it. Naruto-kun, get out. I need a shower. The 3 students arrived in the hall for lunch. Someone got busy. Someone from Obelisk Blue jeered. Naruto rolled his eyes, flicked and casually flung his steak knife with accuracy straight between the student's fingers. Nothing happened aside from a few bruised guards and me being a good friend. Growled Naruto, forcing everyone back to their lunch. Uzumaki-san, please come with me. Naruto followed the chancellor and after a lecture about breaking the rules and beating up the security, he was allowed to leave. Soon enough the Friday evening came around. Naruto called on Alexis's house, wearing a white button shirt with black loafers and a pair of jeans and a black jacket. You're looking rather dashing this evening, Naruto-sama. Jarvis said as he held open the front door for Naruto to enter. Thank you, Jarvis-san. You're looking well yourself. Replied the blonde as he made small talk with Rhodes Gerard, Alexis's father. Thank you so much, Naruto-san, for doing what you've done for my family. The doctors have said that Michelle Haim will make a full recovery. Alexis-sama shall be with you shortly. True to his word, Alexis descended the stairs wearing a full-length skirt, black shoes, a fuller version of their school uniform. Naruto-kun, you look nice. She stated lowly. Naruto's jaw dropped. Alexis-chan, you look even more stunning than in school. Soon the pair were in the back of Pegasus's stretch limo and they were off to the cure errand. The meal was delightful, both had ordered a risotto, then Alexis had ordered a prawn pasta, whilst Naruto ordered the meat lasagne. It wasn't until they had left the restaurant did they run into trouble. You two. I challenge you both to an anti-duel. Naruto flicked a kunai into his hand. We decline. The man smirked, he wore a deep hood and was garbed in black. Unfortunately you don't get a choice. Then the world went black. Alexis and Naruto woke up to find a Pegasus dueling stadium in the middle of the pitch black. They made their way towards it. Alexis grabbed Naruto's hand and pulled herself close to him. Alexis-chan, we're going to get out of this, trust me databoyo. Naruto, as he observed the darkness, he could make out in all too painstakingly clear reality everyone in the shadows. They were his friends and enemies. Seeing them again brought tears to his eyes. I see you recognize my skill, boy. A voice boomed throughout the darkness. Naruto-kun, what is his skill? Asked Alexis nervously as she slowly began to make out people she knew from dueling school. He makes you see friends, enemies, lovers and parents. I'm surprised he can make his shadows resemble my own, considering they're long gone from this world. Alexis stared at the blonde. You're not making sense, Naruto-kun. Naruto half smiled. I'm over 2,000 years old. I come from a time when we were trained to kill people for a living. Alexis stared. You're from the past. You lived as a killer and now you're here. What next? Your deck you have and are building are based on comrades, villains and legends from your time. Naruto nodded more or less. Enough dallying, I challenged Alexis Rhodes to a shadow duel. Your soul is forfeit, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Naruto smirked as he chucked Alexis his synchro deck and started forming hand seals Uzumaki hidden jutsu. Soul card fusion. Naruto pixelated and vanished into his deck. Alexis-chan, I'm now in my deck. Here I can navigate the battlefield, see the deck and advise you. Gits. I'm going to kill you until you're dead. Snarled Kurama from his card. Ignore him. He gets grouchy because he doesn't get to come out that often. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Jack Budo. Now get ready to play for your boyfriend and your souls. Alexis shuffled her boyfriend's deck and couldn't help but smirk as she felt his card. As my boyfriend said to one of my classmates, we doing this or what? Let's duel. Jack Budo. 8,000 lips cards. 5 monsters in play. 0 trap spells in play. 0. Alexis Rhodes. 8,000 lips cards. 6 monsters in play. 0 trap spells in play. 0. Alexis grinned as she looked at her cards. Alexis Rhodes. 8,000 lips cards. 6 hand. Uzumaki Naruto, Ino Yamanaka, Uchiha Sasuke, Suna Shinobi Kankuro, Explosive Tag and Choji Akimichi monsters in play. 0 trap spells in play. 0. I summon Uzumaki Naruto to the battlefield and I discard 1 card. Uzumaki Naruto level 4 attribute wind ninja type, tuner attack 1700 defense 1400 as long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. If Hyuga Hinata is on the field, increase attack and defense by 500. Sakura Haruno level 3 attribute earth ninja tuner type attack 1100 defense 1300. This card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. If opposing monster is in defense mode, piercing damage is halved. Sakura comes into play as Naruto comes into play. Also, because of their status as tuners, my discarded card comes back from the graveyard. Alexis stated. Ino Yamanaka level 3 fire attribute, ninja type attack 1000 defense 1000. If you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Alexis-chan, instead of us materializing in pixels you have to will us into existence. Naruto said from his card. Alexis channeled her thoughts and the 3 monsters materialized on the field. Sakura, Ino, it's good to see the 2 of you again. Naruto said with a wry grin. Nothing much has changed in 2000 years, Naruto. Still in trouble as always. Replied Sakura, grinning, and hugged the blonde. Yeah, except this time Alexis-chan has to get us out of this mess. The Kunoichi stared at the Jinchuriki. We help her win. What happens if we lose? Naruto's eyes hardened. We won't. Alexis coughed. I place 1 card face down and end my turn. Alexis. 8,000 lips cards. 3 monsters in play. 3 hand. Uchiha Sasuke, Suna Shinobi Kankuro and Choji Akimichi trap spells. 1. Jack grinned as he looked at his hand. Jack. 8,000 lips cards. 6 hand. Archfiend Soldier X2, Axe of Despair X2, Mystical Space Typhoon and Pot of Greed monsters in play. 0 trap spells. 0. I play Archfiend Soldier in attack mode and equip it with Axe of Despair and lay 1 card face down. Archfiend SOLDIERDARKFIEND 41,900 1500s. Acts of Dispersible Condition, Continuous, tried your like. This card is always treated as an archfiend card. The Equipedmonster gains 1000 ATK. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you contribute 1 monster. Place this card on the top of your deck. The Archfiend's attack jumped up to 2900 when it suddenly exploded and Alexis's face down card revealed itself to be a note with kanji on it. Exploding tag oops negates the activation of a spell or trap card. Mock Naruto. How does your card do that? Gasped Jack at the buxom blonde. We're in the shadow realm. Considering I was trained to be a ninja, I needed to remain in the shadows and I'm over 2000 years old. I should belong here. Plus I'm Alexis-chan's deck champion for this duel. Retorted Naruto. Jack nodded. Archfiend attack Yamanaka Ino. Alexis smirked. I think not, since you targeted her, it is an invalid move. You must target my deck champion for his effect makes all targets move onto him. But since you attacked Ino, you triggered her effect allowing me to summon her teammate Choji Akimichi. Choji Akimichi level 4 Earth attribute attack 1800 defense 1600 if Shikamaru Ino Yamanaka or Asuma Sarutobi is attacked, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Once per attack phase, lose 500 LPTS. This card can increase attack points or defense points by 600. Choji appeared in time to protect Ino before Alexis shuddered as their life points decreased by 500 as Choji's attack points increased by 600, dwarfing the Archfiend's 1900 by 500 at 2400. The Archfiend howled in agony as Choji effortlessly blocked the attack and delivered a crushing left jab, completely separating the head from the chest. Jack. 7500 cards. 3 hand. Archfiend Solider, Axe of Despair and Pot of Greed monsters in play. 0 trap spells. 1. Alexis. 7500 cards. 2 hand. Uchiha Sasuke and Suna Shinobi Kankuro monsters in play. 4 trap spells. 0. Jack growled and nodded to Alexis, who began her turn. Alexis. 7500 cards. 3 hand. Uchiha Sasuke, Suna Shinobi Kankuro and Pot of Greed monsters in play. 4 trap spells. 0. I play Pot of Greed. Midarashi Anko and Yamato. I tribute Ino Yamanaka to bring out Midarashi Anko. Anko Midarashi level 5 dark attribute, ninja type attack 2100, defense 1300 BY. Discarding 1 card. This monster can be special summoned to your field. Anko appeared as Ino vanished only for her to return to the field. Surprised. Alexis mocked as Jack nodded. This deck was insane. He had packed a deck perfect for outsmarting any deck, a posh upper-class Kaiba Prep Academy family-made deck. This is impossible. This deck was designed to outbeat a deck like you Alexis Road should be fielding, but it's getting thrashed. Naruto smirked because this deck is made of nothing but prototypes. It's the doorway to a faster, fresher and more adaptable style of play. Alexis, now is the time to use a Delta Axle Synchro Summon. Instructed Naruto. You need a ritual card, protested Jack. Duner monsters are ritual monsters. They require other monsters to make monsters. Synchro summoning is like ritual summons and polymerization. Actually, I'll walk you through it. I tune Midarashi Anko, Ino Yamanaka and Naruto Uzumaki to Delta Axle Synchron Kurama the 9-tailed fox. Anko and Ino dissolved into orbs and surrounded Naruto. Naruto pulled off his shirt revealing the seal, his left hand and forearm started glowing blue and he placed his hand squarely on the seal. Let's roll. Kurama. Jack stared as a massive 9-tailed fox erupted into existence. Kurama the 9-tailed fox synchro monster, level 10 attribute fire, divine type attack 4000 defense 4001 tuner monster plus Naruto Uzumaki plus 1 non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove 1 card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play. This card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. Ino re-enter the field. Since it is still my turn and I haven't normal summoned yet, here comes Uchiha Sasuke. Sasuke Uchiha level 4 attribute fire, ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500. Once per turn look at 1 card in your opponent's hand or face down. Sasuke appeared. Alexis staggered, the raw amount of spirits being summoned was unbelievable. Synchro summon. Haruno Sakura and Uchiha Sasuke to bring out the copy ninja Kakashi. Sasuke and Sakura vanished and Kakashi emerged and the pressure subsided. Kakashi Haddock level 7, attribute light ninja type attack 2700 defense 2201 tuner monster plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can copy an ability of a monster in play till the draw phase of your next turn. Kakashi. Use Rikiri. Kurama. That bomb thing I've seen you use. Ordered Alexis. Kurama smirked at her. You mean my Bijidama? Alexis nodded. The attack built up, as it did so Kakashi charged in with his lightning cutter ablaze, ripping apart Jack's life points. Jack. 4800 LPS. Dak stared in shock as his life points had taken another direct hit. I can't get hit by that again. He exclaimed only to be blasted off his feet and his life points to fall to 800. Jack. 800. Dak got the K to begin his turn. Jack. 800 lips cards. Forehand. Archfiend Solider, Axe of Despair and Pot of Greed monsters in play. 1 trap spells. 1. I summon Archfiend Solider and equip him with Axe of Despair and then play Pot of Greed. Archfiend SOLDIERDARKFIEND 41900 1500s. Axe of Despair spell condition, continuous, Triger like. This card is always treated as an Archfiend card. The equiped monster gains 1000 ATK. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you contribute 1 monster. Place this card on the top of your deck. Archfiend Soldier, Axe DARKFIEND 42900 1500s. Summon Skull and Heavy Storm. I attack the silver-haired monster. Instructed Jack. Alexis gasped as Kakashi disappeared and her life points decreased by 200. Alexis. 7300 LPTS. Jack quickly ended his turn. Jack. 800 lips cards. 1 hand. Summon skull monsters in play. 1 trap spells in play. 2. Alexis nodded and drew Monster Reborn. I summon Yamato by tributing Yamanaka Ino. Alexis. 7300 lips cards. 1 hand. Monster Reborn monsters in play. 1 traps in play. 0. Yamato level 5, Dark Attribute Ninja Type 2000, Defense 2200. This card can block 1 summoning space on the opponent's side of the field for a turn when in defense mode. Ino reappeared again. I now use Monster Reborn to bring back Kakashi Haddock. Kakashi Haddock level 7, Attribute Light Ninja Type Attack 2700 Defense 2200 1 tuner monster plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can copy an ability of a monster in play till the draw phase of your next turn. Kurama. Bijidama that thing. Kakashi Alexis was cut off when the world slammed back into reality. Naruto burst out of his card as Jack's hair turned gray, his eyes rolled into his head, revealing the whites of his eyes, and his skin lost all color. Jack Bordeaux, you gambled your soul. You have lost and now I Namikaze Naruto banish you to the Shadow Realm. Ordered Naruto etching kanji in the air with a rapidly dissipating darkness. The darkness whirled around Jack's body, engulfed it, and all that was left was full image of Jack's face, wrapped in a visage of nothing less than raw terror. Idiot summoning the Shadow Games. Said Naruto before turning to shaken Alexis. Alexis-chan, you okay? He asked pulling her up and into him. Alexis nodded. That was a shadow game. Then what was the thing that Jaden got caught in? Naruto smirked bitterly. An artificial one. You'll know when you're in a proper shadow game. You have to will your monsters from the cards and you have deck champions. Generally the games go on much longer and as you lose health points parts of you fade away. I swear to you Alexis, I won't let that happen. Yet another deck. Creatures. Otsutsuki Indra LVL 73000 2800 Dark Effect. Sharingan Patriarch. Every turn may choose to look at either 3 face downs or control or paralyze 3 monsters of any level equal or below or 1 monster above. That monster remains under control until the owner's turn after. Madara Ichiha LVL 41800 1200 Fire Effect. Ichiha Ancestor. Same as Indra, except 2 monster and 1 above for 300 LPTS per level higher. Madara Ichiha Clan Head level 62300 1900 Fear Equipment or Creature. Can upgrade level 4 Madara. All other Ichiha cards gain 300 attack defense points. Madara Ichiha Rinnegan Wielder LVL 81900 2500 Dark Equipment or Creature Effect. Transforms Obito into Obito Vengeful and grants him 900 attack defense. Obito Uchiha level 41600 1200 Fire. Obito Uchiha Vengeful level 68 DARK 2000 1800 Sir 2500 2100 First stat is equipment upgrade and second is if Madara Rinnegan is in the field. Itachi Uchiha Prodigy level 4 FIRE 1500 1300 Effect. Master of the Mangekyo. When enters the field an opponent's monster swaps its attack and defense points and attacks either player or another monster. Shisui Uchiha the Body Flicker level 4 FIRE 1800 1500 Effect. Fast Bastard. When enters the field deal 2400 damage regardless of defenses. When attacked a coin is flipped if heads the attack hits if tails it misses. Sasuke Uchiha, level 4 attribute Fire Ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500 once per turn look at 1 card in your opponent's hand or face down. Sasuke Uchiha Snake Summoner level 5 Ninja Typer and Armor attack 2000 1700 tribute, summon level 4. Spells. Susan Ox 4 increases attack or defense each phase by 500 attack points, makes bearer immune to spells and trap cards. Amaterasu 2 take 500 life points to destroy 2 opposing creatures. Kotomatsukami take control of all enemy monsters for 3 turns. Kunai, equip spell, gains 500 attack and defense points. Konoha, field spell all shinobi type monsters gain 400 attack and defense points. Izanami, gives you an extra turn. Izanagi, allows you to redo a turn traps. Tsukiyomi, trap, take a control of an enemy monster if a Sharingan wielder is in play it becomes continuous. To control more monsters that Sharingan user loses 300 attack and defense points. Magical cylinder, normal trap card, when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Target the attacking monster. Negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. Explosive tag, counter trap, negate the activation of a spell or trap card. Braining shield, normal trap, when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Target the attacking monster. Negate that attack, and if you do, gain life points equal to that target's attack. Pour flame pillar prison, normal trap. Choose 3 monster zones on your opponent's field. No monsters summoned in play or summoned in those zones can attack for 3 turns. Restriction seal, normal trap during the battle phase opponent's monster's attack is cut in half. Ninja's Revenge, counter trap if a shinobi type monster has been destroyed deal half its attack points as damage to your opponent. Negate attack, normal trap activate only when opponent's monster declares an attack. Negate the attack and end the battle phase. X. Naruto carried Alexis to the limo. The moment Alexis had disappeared, the built-in trackers amongst Naruto's kunai case and Alexis's handbag began to beep and whirl. The limo arrived as did Kaiba and Pegasus. "Naruto boy, what happened?" asked Pegasus pulling his ward into a hug after Kaiba had taken Alexis from his arms. "Bo, Shadow Duel. The guy's deck is around here somewhere," Naruto said before heading over to Alexis who was slowly coming around. "Hey Alexis," Naruto began only to find Alexis pulling him into a hug that Naruto swore felt his chakra-reinforced ribs crack. "Don't leave me or let me do that again," she whimpered. "And promise to let you deal with the Shadow Realm again alone. But I can promise that I won't leave you. I'll see you sometime tomorrow if I overheard Kaiba correctly." "If you overheard Kaiba correctly about what?" the Blue's Eyes Master said with a grin. "Something about a ball, celebration thing." Kaiba nodded. "The Rhodes and your father and yourself are invited. Along with Wheeler and Yugimoto." Naruto grinned. "I may be able to beat you this time. But then again I have no idea because I still need to pick up my latest deck." Kaiba grinned. Naruto was a duelist that always gave him a run for his money, despite the blonde duelist always losing, he forced Kaiba to look for unpredictable combinations. Naruto passed out in the back of Pegasus's car on the way home. Fighting in the Shadow Realm was extremely draining, even if it was a false replica. Pegasus had remembered that when Naruto was worn out he would do anything you asked him to. This gala that Kaiba was running was a suit and tie event. Naruto didn't wear suits and ties. "Naruto boy, we're going to the outfitters tomorrow to get you a suit." "Fine." The next morning came bright, early and too damn fast in Naruto's opinion. The moment breakfast was finished the tailor had to arrive and Naruto was forced to spend the next hour and 45 minutes being poked, pricked and prodded as the suit was tailor-made. It sucked because Naruto wasn't even allowed to get dressed aside from his boxers. He knew full well that his adopted father had set this up the moment he fell asleep last night. The only acquisition Pegasus had made was for Naruto to be able to conceal 2 decks upon his person in the suit. Soon enough the pair were on their way to Kaiba Core. Not to Naruto's surprise the 2 were the very first to arrive. Naruto helped the servants and waiters with his shadow clones to alleviate the time until the party started. Naruto waited and made small talk with the arriving guests, who looked down upon him like he was a piece of dirt, until he was rescued by either Pegasus or Kaiba himself, when people rapidly changed their tune. One of the last to arrive was Alexis and her parents. Naruto couldn't help but smile madly as his hopeful girlfriend as their previous date was ruined arrived. "Maybe this won't be as bad as I thought." Soon enough Kaiba gave permission and his dueling hall was opened and the bored children, teens and young adults all piled in as duel discs flared open and duels erupted. "Naruto boy, here. Thought you may want this." Pegasus handed him his plaster-cast arm gauntlet. Duel disc open. To everyone's surprise the gauntlet transformed into a unique duel disc. "I created this one myself. Several burnt fingers and eyebrows. And 1 case of entire hair on fire. I have the evidence." Naruto walked over to Alexis and subconsciously held out his hand which she took and the 2 made their way to the dueling arena. They were shocked to see that most of the children were crying and there standing on the Pegasus dueling platform stood Jaden Yuhi. Jaden was a vindictive little shit if Naruto had ever saw one and the 2,000-year-old plus former killer had seen his fair share of arrogant shits. The least favorite one was Uchiha Sasuke, but that particular shit had the skills, powers and the finesse to use it all. I have the most powerful deck here save the adults. Plus I've collected all of your prized cards. No one can beat me. Oit, Gaki. I win, you get on your hands and knees and apologize to every child you've upset and you give them their cards back. You win, you get my deck and you still apologize. You don't win, you still apologize. Naruto growled, hand reaching for his synchro deck. Scared? Punk. I went to the Kaiba Prep Academy and am the top student in my year. Jaden mocked. I never went, I'd probably be the dead last. In fact, in the majority of my classes in public and private education save for sport, I was the dead last. I'm at the academy for duelists. I've chewed up and spat out the majority of your Kaiba Prep students, including Bastion Chaz and Rhodes Alexis. I started a match against Truesdale Zane, but we never got to finish that. You beat my cousin Chaz. I challenge you to an honor duel. Naruto jumped onto the dueling platform and inserted his deck. Let's duel. Jaden. 8,000 hand. 0 monsters. 0 spells traps. 0. Naruto. 8,000 hand. 0 monsters. 0 spells traps. 0. The coin was flipped and Naruto started. Naruto. 8,000 hand. 6 hand. Clan of Hatred, Uchiha Sasuke, Shisui Uchiha the Body Flicker, Negate Attack, Itachi Uchiha Prodigy, Power of the Fan Monsters. 0 spells traps. 0. At ready to face my latest deck. I play Power of the Fan. Power of the Fan continuous spell enchantment for all cards that have the name Uchiha, it costs 1 less to summon. For any Uchiha equipment creature cards that require tributes, said tributes return from the graveyard. Jaden looked unimpressed at it. Naruto shook his head. I lay 2 cards face down and play Sasuke Uchiha on the field. Naruto. 8,000 hand. 6 hand. Shisui Uchiha the Body Flicker, Itachi Uchiha Prodigy Monsters. 1 spells traps. 3. Sasuke Uchiha, level 4 attribute Fire Ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500 once per turn. Look at 1 card in your opponent's hand or face down. Sasuke materialized, only this time he was in his blue and white uniform. I also attack with fire style. Fireball Jutsu. Jaden winced as his life points took a hit. Jaden. 6,200 hand. 5 hand. Dark Bishop ARCHFIEND X2, Axe of DESPAIR X2 and Pot of Greed Monsters. 0 spells traps. 0. I lay 1 card face down and use Axe of Despair and attach it to Dark Bishop Archfiend. Dark Bishop ARCHFIEND 3 Fiend FFECT 300 1400. The controller of this card pays 500 life points during each of his or her standby phases. This is not optional. When an Archfiend monster card on your side of the field is targeted by the effect of a card controlled by your opponent, when resolving the effect, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 1, 3, or 6, negate the effect and destroy the opponent's card. Axe of Despair spell condition, continuous, tried your like. This card is always treated as an Archfiend card. The equipment gains 1000 ATK. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you contribute 1 monster. Place this card on the top of your deck. Dark Bishop Archfiend's attack rose from 300 to 1300. I end my turn. Naruto. 8,000 hand. 6 hand. Shisui Uchiha the Body Flicker, Itachi Uchiha Prodigy, Obito Uchiha Monsters. 1 spells traps. 3. I lay Shisui Uchiha the Body Flicker. Shisui Uchiha the Body Flicker level 4 FIRE 1800 1500 effect. Fast Bastard. When enters the field deal 2400 damage regardless of defenses. When attacked a coin is flipped. If heads the attack hits, if tails it misses. This effect makes you take 2400 damage regardless of defenses. But my thing has an effect on a 1-3-6 it misses. A die was rolled and it landed on 2. Loaded die. Do it again. Screamed Jaden. 2 more die were rolled because of this, and the numbers were 4 and 5. Shisui, direct damage to his life points if you please. Sasuke and his Archbishop. Jaden. 3,800 hand. 2 hand. Dark Bishop Archfiend, Axe of Despair Monsters. 1 spells traps. 2. Jaden screamed as Shisui's attack carved another chunk out of his life points and he began to cry as his Archfiend was destroyed. No one on his year had beaten his deck and this non-attender was ripping it apart. It was unfair, plus his opponent was interested in the money his parents were trying to bribe him with. Alexis couldn't help but smirk at the child. He tormented them and now cried like the child he was when Naruto was soundly thrashing him. Jaden. 3,300 hand. 2 hand. Dark Bishop Archfiend, Axe of Despair Monsters. 1 spells traps. 2. Jaden didn't realize that his life points were down to 3,300 because of Sasuke's destruction of his Archfiend. Your turn, brat. Jaden. 3,300 hand. 2 hand. Dark Bishop Archfiend, Axe of Despair, Archfiend Soldier Monsters. 0 spells traps. 1. I activate Pot of Greed. Summon Skull and Heavy Storm. Jaden. 1900 hand. 5 hand. Dark Bishop Archfiend, Axe of Despair, Archfiend Soldier, Summon Skull and Heavy Storm Monsters. 1 spells traps 2. I play Archfiend Soldier and equip him with Axe of Despair and lay 1 card face down. Archfiend SOLDIERDARKFIEND 41900 1500s. Axe of Despair spell condition, continuous, Triger like. This card is always treated as an Archfiend card. The equip headmonster gains 1000 ATK. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you contribute 1 monster. Place this card on the top of your deck. Archfiend SOLDIERDARKFIEND 42900 1500s. Beat this. Archfiend attack his Shisui Uchiha. Naruto smirked. Time to lay the smackdown. Flip a coin and call it. The coin flew and Naruto voiced heads as the kid voiced tails. Naruto secretly applied yokai to his eyes and he saw it land on tails and flipped onto Alexis's arm. Heads. Attack misses. Shisui smirked as he dissolved from view to reappear and punched the Archifiend out of his area. Naruto. 8000 hand. 6 hand. Itachi Uchiha Prodigy, Obito Uchiha, Madara Uchiha Monsters. 1 spells traps. 3. I activate my face down. Clan of Hatred. It allows me to call 1 card from my hand onto the field and then allows me to summon any other cards with that name to my hand. I lay Uchiha Madara. Madara Uchiha LVL 41800 1200 fire effect. Uchiha Ancestor. Same as Indra, except 2 monster and 1 above for 300 LPTS per level higher. Naruto routed through his deck and pulled out Madara Uchiha Clan Head, Madara Uchiha Rinnegan Wielder. Jaden completely forgot about his Heavy Storm, not that it would have mattered. Before I continue, I should have done this earlier, but Madara ensnare his Archfiend. The Archfiend was dragged to Naruto's side of the field. Sharingan allows me to grab control of any monster its original level or lower. Sacrifice attack and defense I can grab higher. Naruto said. Now I monster equip Madara Uchiha Clan Head to Madara Uchiha. Madara Uchiha Clan Head level 62300 1900 fear equipment a creature. Can upgrade level 4 Madara. All other Uchiha cards gain 300 attack defense points. Shisui. 2100 1800 Sasuke. 2100 1800. Funny thing about monster equip upgrade cards, all previous effects stack. Madara Uchiha Rinnegan Wielder LVL 81900 2500 Dark Equipment a creature effect. Transforms Obito into Obito Vengeful and grants him 900 attack defense. Madara Uchiha LVL 82200 2800. Game over. Shisui Battle Dance. Sasuke, Chidori. Madara. Shinra Tensei. Archfiend. Brutal Decapitation. Jaden's life points were utterly reduced to minus 4500. Now you have some apologizing to do. X. Jaden under Naruto's supervision made his way around the children he had beaten and gave them back their prized cards. That was a bit too easy, Naruto-kun. Alexis commented with a smirk on her face, causing Naruto to groan. Please do not remind me, I'm already half expecting something else to happen. The whiskered blonde murmured in exasperation and the words could not have come too soon. Ha-chan. Tu-chan. I'm being bullied. Screamed Jaden running for the doors. The young adults and children stared at the child and then looked at Naruto, who shrugged. I made a bet. He lost, I won, and he paid the forfeit. Not bullying. It's called being an honorable man, but I suppose being related to Princeton, there is no honor amongst braggarts and tailors. Everyone gulped. Naruto-kun, you don't just go around slandering family names nonchalantly. It reflects badly on your family, it also stirs up honor duels. She whispered, getting Naruto's eyes to widen. I'm over 2000 years old, trapped in a 17-year-old body. Tactics was never my strong suit back then either. Naruto replied, feeling the adrenaline course through his body. Jaden's parents stormed over with Kaiba, Joey and Pegasus following at a more leisurely pace. What sparked this? Asked the Red Eyes Master. Someone put a bully in his place and said bully doesn't react well to being pushed around. The Blue Eyes Lord responded, not looking at Joey. Not even going to wager, but I predict Naruto boy is involved. The Toon Master explained, flicking his hair back. Who did this, son? Rumbled Jaden's father. Jaden's finger pointed directly at Naruto, who smirked fox-like right back. Causing Jaden's father to turn brick red, he stalked forwards, pulling a deck out of his suit pocket. Duel disc engage. Naruto called and everyone gasped as the cast transformed into a unique duel disc. Naruto looked at the cards inside and smirked. He had been tinkering with ideas and this would be the first time he'd use his Jinchuriki Maelstrom deck. A servant ran over handing Jaden's father a duel disc. I win, you apologize and surrender your deck. No, you win, you leave and your son tells you the full truth. I win, you leave and your son tells you the truth. You make a play for my stuff, I'll break your bones. My wife is my second. Alexis, would you honor me? Both women nodded and their duel discs came to life. Fuse our life points so we have 16,000 life points. We are the challenge, we'll go first. Naruto stated. Naruto. 16,000 chant. 6 cards on field. 0 traps. 0 magic. 0. Alexis. 16,000 chant. 6 cards on field. 0 traps. 0 magic. 0. Naruto. I lay 3 cards face down and summon Uchiha Sasuke in attack mode. Sasuke Uchiha level 4 attribute fire ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500 once per turn, look at 1 card in your opponent's hand or face down. Sakura Haruno level 3 attribute earth ninja tuner type attack 1100 defense 1300, this card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. If opposing monster is in defense mode, piercing damage is halved. Alexis. I lay 2 cards face down and I play a Toil Cyber in defense mode. The Toil Cyber affinity earth level 4 at 1200 def 1600 gains 500 at can damage step if attacks directly. Alexis and Naruto. We end our turn. Deco. 16,000 chant. 6 cards on field. 0 traps. 0 magic. 0. Deco. I place 3 magic cards face down and I play DT Survivor. Deco. 16,000 chant. 2 cards on field. 4 traps. 2 magic. 1 monster 1. DT Survivor level 41,800 200 during end phase, if card was banished face up on your side of the field, special, summon this card. Activates once per turn. Yugioh. 16,000 chant. 6 cards on field. 0 traps. 0 magic. 0. Yugioh. I lay 3 magic cards face down and end my turn. Yugioh. 16,000 chant. 3 cards on field. 3 traps. 1 magic. 2. Alexis and Naruto nodded and began their next turn. Naruto 16,000 chant. 3 Essence of the Ape Uzumaki Naruto, Pot of Greed traps. 3 Exploding Tag, Magic Cylinder, Tsukiyomi spells. 1 Kuchius. Jito Meizo monsters. 2 Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura. Naruto. I play Uzumaki Naruto in attack mode and I play Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed. Yamanaka Ino, Sabaku no Gara. Uzumaki Naruto level 4 attribute wind, ninja type, tuner ATTACK 1700 defense 1400, as long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. If Hyuga Hinata is on the field, increase attack and defense by 500. Naruto. I activate my spell card Kuchius. Jito Meizo, a monster ritual effect card. Kuchius. Jito Meizo dark level 62,125,000 ritual. Sacrifice 1500 life points to summon the Jito Meizo in its base form of level 6 when in play, allows the essence cards to become level 3 divine type monsters. Also sets up for Kuchius. Primordial. Everyone stared as what looked like a shackled mountain appear. Pegasus. Naruto boy, what is this? Naruto. My nightmare, its only saving grace is that it is like Exodia but much more dangerous to summon. Alexis, are you prepared? Alexis. 14,500 chant. 4 Blade Skater X2, Mystical Space Typhoon and Cyber 2 cards on field. 3 Monster. Cyber Blader Traps. Double Pass Magic. Polymerization. Alexis. I play Blade Skater in attack mode and lay 1 card face down. Blade Skater Warrior level 4 AC 1400 def 1500. Alexis. I now play Polymerization. Deco and Yugioh stared as Alexis's monsters disappeared and a new one appeared on the followed. Cyber Blade Earth Warrior Fusion level 7 at 2100 def 800 requires. A Toil Cyber and Blade Skatera fusion summon of this card can only be conducted with the above fusion material monsters. While your opponent controls only 1 monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. While your opponent controls only 2 monsters, double this card's ATK. While your opponent controls only 3 monsters, negate the effects of your opponent's spell, trap, and effect monsters. Alexis. I attack your DT Survivor. Deco and Yugioh. 15,700 LPTS. Deco. Why didn't you do anything? Yugioh. I'm sorry. My deck isn't entirely useful at this moment in time. Those spells I played are only Reborn the Monster, Mystic Mirror and Negate Defense. I can't use them to protect your oh so precious DT deck because I haven't pulled the monster yet. Then DT Survivor returned. Naruto smirked. Alexis, please tell me you have something that can obliterate their playing field. I do, but it'll take out all traps and magic on our side as well. Alexis and Naruto. Our turn ends. Yugioh. I play nothing. Gecko. I summon DD Scout Plane. DD Scout Plane level 2 machine EFFECT 800 1200 once per turn during the end phase if this card is currently banished and was banished this turn. Special summon it in face-up attack position. Gecko. I attack with DD Survivor against your Sakura Haruno. Naruto. You must attack Uzumaki Naruto because of his effect, but it doesn't matter, I play my trap magical cylinder, increasing our gain of 1800 life points. Alexis and Naruto. 16,300 Yugioh and Gecko. 15,700. Naruto. 17,800 hand. 4 Essence of the Ape, Yamanaka Ino, Sabaku no Gara, Essence of the Cat Traps. 3 Magic Cylinder, Tsukiyomi Spells. 1 Kuchius. Jido Meizo Monsters. 2 Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura and Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto. I sacrifice Yamanaka Ino to my graveyard to bring out the Prince of Sand Sabaku no Gara. Ino Yamanaka level 3 fire attribute ninja type attack 1000 defense 1000 if you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Sabaku no Gara level 5 attribute wind ninja type attack 2000 defense 2400 when attack this card switches to defense mode. Sacrifice 500 LPTS, this card can stop 2 monsters for a turn. Naruto. Ino comes back as long as tuners are available on the field. Gecko. You can't do that. I am on the board for Kaiba Corps, no cards go into circulation without our approval. Pegasus. Industrial Illusion still produces dual monster cards, tuners are a new set being tinkered with to ensure they work. Naruto boy is my guinea pig and so far they work. Naruto. I carry on then I. Alexis. If I may. You want the sand monster, don't you? Naruto, nodding. Before I do that, I equip Essence of the Ape and Essence of the Cat to Kuchius. Jido Meizo bolstering its attack and defense points by 600. Each essence gives its attack and defense points to Jido Meizo. The Jido Meizo glowed and 2 of the eyes opened, leaving 7 shut Essence of Ape Divine, Fire in EARTH 3400 400 monster equipment. If Rashi of the Lava release on the field, this card transforms into Son Goku, the Great Sage of Heaven. Essence of Cat Divine, FIRE 3200 200 monster equipment. If Yujido Nai on the field, this card transforms into Matatabi the Bakaneko. Kuchius. Jido Meizo Dark level 62,700 3100 ritual. Sacrifice 1500 life points to summon the Jido Meizo in its base form of level 6 when in play, allows the essence cards to become level 3 divine type monsters. Also sets up for Kuchius. Primordial. Naruto. Alexis, do it. Alexis smirked. With my boyfriend's permission, I synchro summon the Ichibi no Shukaku. Ino. Synchronize with Sabaku no Gara. Ino and Gara dissolved into pixels and were replaced by the gigantic Shukaku. Shukaku, the one-tailed raccoon, synchro summon, level 7 attribute wind, beast type attack 2100 defense 3001 tuner monster Sabaku no Gara and 1 other monster. When attacked, it can switch to defense mode and end the battle phase, cannot be targeted by trap cards. Naruto. Shukaku Bijuadama the Scout Plane. Oh, and Ino comes back. The attack swirled up in Shukaku's mouth and went hurtling down the field, slamming into DT Scout Plane, obliterating it. Yugioh and Gecko. 14,400. Yugioh. I play Mirror Force. Alexis. I play one of my face down 7 tools of the Bandit King. 1000 life points and I reverse the effect of a magic or trap. That attack is going home. Naruto and Alexis. 16,800. Naruto smirked. I also attack with Cyber Blader, Uzumaki Naruto, Yamanaka Ino, Haruno Sakura and Uchiha Sasuke. Cyber Blader, take that survivor apart. Uzumaki Naruto. Idamura Sengen, Haruno Sakura. Cherry Blossom Splash. Yamanaka Ino. Poison Flower Burst in Uchiha Sasuke. Chidori Kusanagi. Yugioh and Gecko. 14,100. The pair winced as DD Survivor was destroyed. As the smoke cleared, they saw another 4 attacks slamming home. Yugioh. I play 2 negate attacks. Gecko. I play Mirror Force. Naruto. I activate my trap. Exploding tag. I destroy the Mirror Force. Gecko snarled as his trap was destroyed. Sasuke and Naruto's attacks were halted by the negate attack, but another 2100 attack points slammed into the husband and wife duo. Yugioh and Gecko. 12,000. Alexis and Naruto. 16,800. Alexis and Naruto. We end our turn. DD Survivor and Scout Plane returned and Gecko smirked. Gecko. I play a combo card. The first card is free draw. My opponents are allowed to draw up to 5 cards and place 3 in any order in their deck. The second is Magical Mallet. I draw as many cards I discard. Yugioh. I play Harpy Lady and equip her with Rose Whip. Naruto. 16,800 hand. 5 double tuning, Essences of Turtle. Dolphin. Bull, Konoha traps. 1 Tsukiyomi spells. 1 Kuchius. Jido Meizo monsters. 5 Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura, Uzumaki Naruto, Yamanaka Ino, Shukaku and Jido Meizo. Alexis. 16,800 Lchand. 5 Blade Skater X2, Mystical Space Typhoon X2 and Cyber 2 cards on field. 3 Monster. Cyber Blader Traps. Double Pass Magic. Polymerization. Gecko. I now look at Naruto's hand. I don't get any of these cards, but the only one I understand is Konoha, which is a field spell. His monsters are dangerous enough. I'll get rid of that. Naruto, get rid of Konoha. Yugioh. 12,000 cards in hand. 5 Harpy Lady X2, Pet Dragon, Feather Duster, Cyber Armor Monsters 1 Harpy Lady Traps. 0 Magic. 0. Deco. 12,000 cards in hand 5 Chaos, Grand Maju Daiizer, DD Assassin, Macro Cosmos and Grand Convergence Traps 0 Magic. 0. Deco. I discard the Magical Mallet and lay 2 cards face down. Yugioh. I lay 2 cards face down. Yugioh and Gecko. We end our turn. Naruto. I guarantee those 2 face downs hubby laid were Macrocosmos and Grand Convergence. I play DD, and that's what I do, but run 3 of each. Naruto. 16,800 hand. 5 double tuning, Essences of Turtle. Dolphin. Bull, Beetle Traps. 1 Tsukiyomi spells. 1 Kuchius. Jido Meizo monsters. 5 Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura, Uzumaki Naruto, Yamanaka Ino, Shukaku and Jido Meizo. Alexis stared at her hand as she added another Etoile Angel. Alexis. 16,800 Lchand. 5 Blade Skater X2, Mystical Space Typhoon X2 and Cyber 2 Etoile Angel cards on field. 3 Monster. Cyber Blader Traps. 0 Magic. 0. Alexis. I place Blade Skater in attack mode, 1 card face down. Naruto. Time for a major power boost. I play another 4 essences and they are going on the Jido Meizo. Essence of Turtle Divine, WATER 3300 300 monster equipment. If Yugura is on the field this becomes Asobu the 3-tailed turtle. Essence of Dolphin Divine, Fire and WATER 3500 500 monster equipment. If Han is on the field this becomes Kakuo the 5-tailed horse. Essence of Beetle Divine, WATER 3700 700 monster equipment. If Yu is on the field this becomes Shimei the 7-tailed beetle. Essence of Ox Divine, WATER 3800 800 monster equipment. If Killer Bee is on the field this becomes Hachibi the 8-tailed ox. Jido Meizo Dark Level 75,000 5400 Ritual. Sacrifice 1500 life points to summon the Jido Meizo in its base form of level 6 when in play, allows the essence cards to become level 3 divine type monsters. Also sets up for Kuchius. Primordial. Naruto. I need 1 more card and I'll overload this thing. I need them to see that this thing is dangerous. I attack with Jido Meizo. Attack Harpy Lady Monster Slap. Harpy Lady screeched as it was destroyed. Yugioh and Gecko. 8200. Alexis shook her head. She wasn't going to attack. She wanted to see what this thing could do. Alexis. I set my monster in defense mode. Yugioh and Gecko didn't do anything except they were in shock. They didn't think that this ugly monstrosity could do anything. Yugioh and Gecko. Your move. Naruto. 16,800 hand. 2 double tuning, Essence of Slug Traps. 1 Tsukiyomi spells. 1 Kuchius. Jido Meizo monsters. 5 Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura, Uzumaki Naruto, Yamanaka Ino, Shukaku and Jido Meizo. Naruto. Game over. I play Essence of Slug. Essence of Slug Divine, WATER 3600 600 monster equipment. If Yutaka is on the field this becomes Seiken the 6-tailed beetle. Naruto. I equip him to Jido Meizo. Jido Meizo Dark Level 75,600 6000 Ritual. Sacrifice 1500 life points to summon the Jido Meizo in its base form of level 6 when in play, allows the essence cards to become level 3 divine type monsters. Also sets up for Kuchius. Primordial. Alexis grinned. Demolish them. Naruto. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, this is it. That was the last card I needed. I required 7 essences, Jido Meizo, and it requires 2 more tributes, and you have unknowingly kept them alive. Uzumaki Naruto. Synchronize. I tribute Sakura as ITS tuning requirement and Uchiha Sasuke as his non-tuner. Prepare yourselves for his divine majesty the 9-tailed fox Kurama. Let's roll. Kurama the 9-tailed fox synchro monster, level 10 attribute fire, divine type attack 4000 defense 4001 tuner monster plus Naruto Uzumaki plus 1 non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove 1 card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play. This card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. Naruto. I now push the limits of my synchros by activating the Jido Meizo's hidden effect Kuchius. Primordial. Primordial Divine, TUNER00 when summoned this counts as both a tuner and non-tuner when used in a synchro summoning. Naruto. 10 or 9 is 9 are 10 welcome to my nightmare and bear forth and witness the arrival of Shinju the Primordial. Limit over Axle Synchro Summon. Primordial Synchro. Shukaku Synchro Summon. Partial Primordial. Jido Meizo of 7 Delta Axle Synchro Summon. Kurama Bind the Pieces Limit over Axle Synchro Summon. Everyone shut their eyes as a blinding white light swept over the arena. Naruto groaned as the power in the Shinju struggled to materialize in game. Shinju, primordial to level 13 divine attack def how much is worth to you? Unaffected by magic and traps. Naruto. I sacrifice all but 20 of our life points. Shinju, primordial to level 13 divine 16,780 attack def 16,780 how much is worth to you? Unaffected by magic and traps. Alexis stared as their life points decreased to 20. Everyone rushed towards the fallen blonde. Kaiba's eyes were gleaming with excitement. If Naruto was up for it, the Blues Master would challenge the time-traveled ninja to friendly duel against his ultimate Blue Eyes deck. Naruto-kun, look at me, please open your eyes. Alexis whispered as she grabbed the blonde's hand as he lay unconscious on the floor. Naruto, Niacin, wake up, who is going to help me feed Joey Korean meatballs? Called Makuba with a great rasping breath was heard and Naruto sat bolt upright, much like he had just been rudely awakened from a pleasant dream. I know I have a pain tolerance, but ow, that card and combo is seriously dangerous. Before you ask, I was intentionally setting up that combination. Alexis knew I had an Exodia class set of cards in my deck and has been pulling the seeing is believing card. Naruto standing up only to find Kaiba had reached out his hand. Naruto nodded and grabbed the elder man's forearm and he was pulled to his feet. Kaiba only ever extended his hand like that to those who truly deserved it. Naruto, let's duel. Kaiba declared, pressing a button causing a Pegasus dueling arena to rise from the floor. For those who don't know, the big square thing in the Dueling Academy for GX viewers and practically every duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Naruto-kun, you just critically injured yourself, please see sense. Pleaded Alexis. I need to do this, I need to retune my dueling disc before Monday. I am not having one of those crappy batch produced things. No offense, Kaab. None taken. The host replied before mounting the dueling arena. This match will be on 8,000 life points, my Blues ultimate deck against Naruto's current synchro deck. Announced Kaiba. Naruto. 8,000 Chand. 6 Haruno Sakura, Yamanaka Ino, Flame Pillar, Subaku no Gara, Monster Reborn and Pot of Greed monsters. 0 magic. 0 trap. 0. Kaiba. 8,000 Chand. 6 Itatsumi Giant, Rude Kaiser, Sword Stalker, Monster Reborn, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 0 magic. 0 trap. 0. Kaiba. Naruto, you go first. Naruto, nodding. I play Pot of Greed, place 1 card face down and summon Haruno Sakura. Pot of Greed. Sand Ninja Kankuro and Jiraiya. Sasuke Uchiha level 4 attribute Fire Ninja type attack 1800 defense 1500 once per turn, look at 1 card in your opponent's hand or face down. Sakura Haruno level 3 attribute Earth Ninja tuner type attack 1100 defense 1300, this card can be special summoned from your deck if Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha are in play. If opposing monster is in defense mode, piercing damage is halved. Naruto. 8,000 Chand. 5 Yamanaka Ino, Subaku no Gara, Monster Reborn, Jiraiya and Kankuro monsters. 2 magic. 0 trap. 1. Naruto. I end my turn. Kaiba stared at the field. Normal standard power play. I don't know what that card is. Oh well, you should remember this one. When you learn to play. Kaiba. I play Hitatsumi Giant in attack mode and I also play 1 card face down. Hitatsumi Giant Earth level 41,200 1000s. Naruto. 8,000 Chand. 5 Yamanaka Ino, Subaku no Gara, Monster Reborn, Jiraiya and Kankuro monsters. 2 magic. 0 trap. 1. Kaiba. 8,000 Chand. 5 Rude Kaiser, Sword Stalker, Monster Reborn, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 1 magic. 0 trap. 0. Naruto. 8,000 Chand. 6 Yamanaka Ino, Subaku no Gara, Monster Reborn, Jiraiya and Kankuro, Kuchius. Jido Meizo monsters. 2 magic. 0 trap. 1. Naruto. I lay another card face down, tribute Yamanaka Ino to the graveyard to summon the Prince of Sand Subaku no Gara. Ino Yamanaka level 3 fire attribute ninja type attack 1000 defense 1000, if you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Subaku no Gara level 5 attribute wind ninja type attack 2000 defense 2400, when attack this card switches to defense mode. Sacrifice 500 LPTS, this card can stop 2 monsters for a turn. Iba stared. You can't bring Ino back from the graveyard without monster reborn. Naruto. Ino's effect allows her to return to the battlefield as from the graveyard as long as a tuner is on the field. Kaiba stared. He hadn't seen the card before, but then again he was only really familiar with the basics of synchros. I tuned Gaara and Ino to bring forth the baby Biju Ichibi no Shukaku. Ino and Gaara dissolved into pixels and were replaced by the gigantic Shukaku. Shukaku, the one-tailed raccoon synchro summon, level 7 attribute wind, beast type attack 2100 defense 3001 tuner monster Subaku no Gaara and one other monster. When attacked it can switch to defense mode and end the battle phase, cannot be targeted by trap cards. Naruto. Shukaku Bijudama the giant. Sakura. Sasuke hit him with Cherry Blossom Splash and Chidori. Nagashi. Iba. 4200 Chand. 5 Rude Kaiser, Sword Stalker, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 0 magic. 1 trap. 0. Iba smirked, but his teeth were showing, making Naruto gulp. What's wrong, Naruto-kun? Called Alexis. In the next turn or two you'll be witnessing the power of Kaiba's deck. Iba. I summon Ruder Kaiser in defense mode. I better ramp up my forces. I need to get rid of either Shukaku or that tuner and stop that Ino girl coming back from the graveyard. I end my turn. Rude Kaiser at level 51,800 1600s. Naruto. 8000 Chand. 3 monster reborn, Jiraiya and Kankura monsters. 3 magic. 0 trap. 2. Iba. 4200 Chand. 4 Sword Stalker, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 1 magic. 1 trap. 0. Naruto. 8000 Chand. 4 monster reborn, Jiraiya, Kankura monsters. 4 magic. 0 trap. 2. Naruto. I summon my namesake to the battlefield. Uzumaki Naruto level 4 attribute wind, ninja type, tuner ATTACK 1700 defense 1400. As long as Naruto Uzumaki is in play, only this card can be targeted by an attack. If Hyuga Hinata is on the field, increase attack and defense by 500. Naruto. I end my turn. Iba. 4200 Chand. 4 Sword Stalker, Blue Eyes White Dragon X2, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 1 magic. 1 trap. 0. Iba. I lay 1 card face down and end my turn. Iba. 4200 Chand. 4 Sword Stalker, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 2 magic. 1 trap. 0. Naruto. 8000 Chand. 4 monster reborn, Jiraiya, Kankuro, search for power monsters. 4 magic. 0 trap. 2. Naruto stared at his hand. He had pulled it. A card that was just as temperamental as Time Wizard, only twice as deadly. It required 500 life points to use, and it could land on 2, 5 or 7. The amount of essences that he could summon his deck for, if he however landed on any other number from 1 to 9, he would take that many hundred life points on top of the tribute cost. Naruto. Kaiba, I hope you're ready, for I've just pulled a card that's gonna either A, work, B, work and blow up in my face, or C, blows up in my face. Kaiba was grinning madly. This was going to be good. He could always count on Pegasus's new ward to make a game interesting. Kaiba. Let's see. Naruto. I play Search for Power. Search for Power magic card, pay 500 life points to use. Allows user to search of specific numbers of essences, however if it goes wrong the cost is severe. Naruto. 7500 Chand. 3 monster reborn, Jiraiya, Kankura monsters. 4 magic. 0 trap. 2. Naruto. Let the search commence. The massive and ornate roulette wheel sprung up on the middle of the battlefield and suddenly began to spin. Kami, Yami, please don't let me down now. The wheel began to slow down and the ominous clacking began to slow down and the hand landed on 7. Naruto. I now search my deck for the essence cards and add them to my hand. Iba groaned. He didn't know what the essences did, but he was sure it was not good news. Naruto. I pay 1500 life points to activate Kuchius. Jido Meizo. Jido Meizo Dark level 62,100 2500 ritual. Sacrifice 1500 life points to summon the Jido Meizo in its base form of level 6 when in play, allows the essence cards to become level 3 divine type monsters. Also sets up for Kuchius. Primordial. Naruto. I now add the 7 essences in my hand to Jido Meizo. Jido Meizo Dark level 75,600 6000 ritual. Sacrifice 1500 life points to summon the Jido Meizo in its base form of level 6 when in play, allows the essence cards to become level 3 divine type monsters. Also sets up for Kuchius. Primordial. Naruto. I now activate Meizo's effect to summon Primordial. Primordial Divine, TUNER00 when summoned this counts as both a tuner and non-tuner when used in a synchro summoning. I now synchronize Uzumaki Naruto, Uchiha Sasuke and Haruno Sakura to bring out Kurama. Kurama the 9-tailed fox synchro monster, level 10 attribute fire, divine type attack 4000 defense 4001 tuner monster plus Naruto Uzumaki plus 1 non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove one card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play. This card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. Iba stared his opponent had 3 insane monsters on the field, but he wasn't yet done. Naruto. I tribute Primordial, Yamanaka Ino, Shukaku and Kurama to form Shinju. Shinju, Primordial to level 13, Synchrodivan attack def how much is worth to you? Unaffected by magic and traps. Naruto. 6000 Ups cards. 3 monster reborn, Jiraiya, Kankuro monsters. 1 magic. 0 trap. 1. Naruto. I sacrifice 4000 life points to Shinju and I attack Root Kaiser. Ruder Kaiser disintegrated leaving the face down monster. Iba. 4200 Lupchand. 4 Sword Stalker, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered and Pot of Greed monsters. 1 magic. 1 trap. 0. Iba. I play Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed. Blue Eyes White and Pot of Greed. Iba grinned Heart of the cards has granted me another Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed. Blue Eyes White Dragon and double summoning. Iba. 4200 Lupchand. 6 Sword Stalker, Blue Eyes White Dragon x2, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered and double summoning monsters. 1 magic. 1 trap. 0. Iba. I play double summoning and lay 2 more monsters face down, and that's that. Iba. 4200 Lupchand. 3 Sword Stalker, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 3 magic. 1 trap. 0. Naruto stared at the monsters he had a feeling he knew what they were. Naruto. 2000 Ups cards. 4 monster reborn, Jiraiya, Kankuro, Anko Midarashi monsters. 1 magic. 0 trap. 1. Naruto. I play another card face down and I've just realized Shinju is a tuner didn't matter before because I used him to annihilate my opponent so hello Ino. Ino Yamanaka level 3 fire attribute ninja type attack 1000 defense 1000 if you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Naruto. I lay Kankuro. Suna Shinobi Kankuro level 4 dark attribute ninja tuner type attack 1200 defense 1800 by discarding 1 card this monster can randomly take 1 card from your opponent's hand and add it to your own. Sacrifice attack phase this monster can reduce an individual monster's attack damage by 500. I tribute Ino Yamanaka to summon the incredibly insane but sexy Madarashi Anko. Anko Matarashi level 5 dark attribute ninja type attack 2100, defense 1300 by discarding 1 card this monster can be special summoned to your field. Ino then returned from the graveyard. Ino Yamanaka level 3 fire attribute ninja type attack 1000 defense 1000 if you control a face-up tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Naruto. I now attack with Almighty Shinju obliterate his face down. The card flipped over and it shrieked as a Blue Eyes White Dragon was destroyed. The crowd stared and cheered at the fact that the Blue Eyes had entered the battlefield. Iba. 3200 Lupchand. 3 Sword Stalker, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 2 magic. 1 trap. 0. Iba smirked and drew a card polymerization. Iba. Naruto, you obliterated my blue eyes, my poor tragic blue eyes. But you forgot that magic card I laid so much earlier and I play it now. Naruto. Reborn the monster, blue eyes and that card you've got could it be I'm wagering 30 here, but a polymerization, you're bringing back the blue eyes and summoning ultimate. Iba stared at his opponent and nodded how did you know? Naruto snorted this is the deck I've played against you with the most. So I'm familiar with most of the cards you have in your deck. Iba. As Naruto said I play Reborn the monster and summon Blue's eyes from the graveyard and reveal my 2 other face down cards. Blue Eyes White Dragonlight level 83,000 2500s. Blue Eyes White Dragonlight level 83,000 2500s. Blue Eyes White Dragonlight level 83,000 2500s. Naruto's going to get creamed by this. Moaned Alexis, causing Pegasus and Yugi to join her. Don't worry you've forgotten the power of my eye. I know exactly what Naruto's got in his hand and on the field. So rest assured it's going to be fine. In fact I have a feeling Kaiba may lose this. Whispered Pegasus. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragonlight level 124,500 3800s. Kaiba. Naruto you've lasted longer than I thought. Obliterate Yamanaka Ino and clinch this duel. Naruto. Not so fast you've triggered my trap card 4 flame prison formation. It allows me to barricade 3 slots of your playing field and pick the slots containing your dragon and the 2 next to it. It cannot attack. Kaiba stared as his attack struck the prison and bounced off. Kaiba. 3200 Chand. 3 Sword Stalker, Wall of Illusion and Ryukishin powered monsters. 1 Magic. 0 Trap. 0. Naruto. 2000 Lips cards. 3 Monster Reborn, Jiraiya, Sage Mode monsters. 4 Magic. 0 Trap. Flame Formation 3 turns. Naruto. I sacrifice Anko Mitarashi and Ino Yamanaka to summon Jiraiya the Toad Sannin, and I activate Monster Reborn to summon Kurama, the 9-tailed fox, and I equip Jiraiya with Sage Mode. Jiraiya of the Sannin level 7, attribute Earth Ninja type attack 2600 defense 2400. This monster cannot be targeted by an attack as long as there's another monster on your side of the field. Sage Mode adds 1100 attack and defense and does piercing damage. Jiraiya of the Sannin level 7, attribute Earth Ninja type attack 3700 defense 3500. This monster cannot be targeted by an attack as long as there's another monster on your side of the field. Kurama the 9-tailed fox synchro monster, level 10 attribute fire, divine type attack 4000 defense 4001 tuner monster plus Naruto Uzumaki plus 1 non-tuner type monsters. Once per turn this monster can remove 1 card on your opponent's side of the field or hand from play. This card cannot be targeted by effects, spell or trap cards. Naruto. I sacrifice another 1000 life points to upgrade Shinju even further. Naruto. 1000 LPTS. Shinju, Primordial to level 13, SYNCHRODIVINE 5000 attack DEF 5000. How much is worth to you? Unaffected by magic and traps. Naruto. Now attack Shinju. Destroy his blue eyes. Kaiba. 2700. Naruto. Kurama Bijuadama. Jiraiya. Sage Mode Gallant Rasengan. The game ended, Kaiba's life points were reduced to 0, and Naruto punched the air. Thank you Kaiba for the match. Kaiba regained his wits. Naruto, you have become a superb duelist, my inexperience with synchros is what led to my defeat. I will beat you. Kaiba exclaimed, a grin on his face. The weekend was over and Naruto exchanged his Shinju cards back into his standard Shippuden deck, but the power he felt when he brought Shinju onto the battlefield, it was intoxicating. He loved it, but he also despised it at the exact same time. Soon enough the pair were being driven back to Academy by Alexis's parents. It was almost time for moving up in school. Obelisks played either Obelisks or Ras if they were testers. Ras played Obelisks and Sliffers played Ras regardless, and then in Naruto's opinion, were the Bell Ends. The Bell Ends were the teachers on Crowley's peril who would do all-day unannounced presentations to harass Sliffers and disliked Ras and also confiscate their prized cards. As was the situation now. Naruto was in that situation when 4 security guards burst into the room overturning his and Bastion's mattresses. What is going on? Asked Bastion politely. Inspection told to by Crowley, if you've got a problem with that take it up with him. Said one of the guards heading towards Naruto's desk. You're here to confiscate our cards or in my case decks, just so I can't compete effectively against the Obelisk Blues. Now get out or I will end your life. Naruto growled, pulling out a kunai knife, and to the guard's terror he began to spin the blade with evident ease. You can wield that thing. Naruto smirked sinisterly as he pulled out another and began to channel his wind-natured chakra through them, and a white light emerged on the blades. With a single thrust Naruto sliced a baton one of the guards and pulled out clean in half, just stopping above the man's fingers. Leave now and never bother us again. The guards paled and fled the dorm room. Naruto quickly released the chakra and smirked at Bastion. What are they going to say? A kid sliced his baton in half with a lightsaber. Come on, you have a duel against what's-her-face Alexis-chan's best friend to attend. Naruto asked, grabbing Bastion's forearm and twisting it, giving him full control over his dorm mate. Mitsuri was getting impatient. Where is that Ra? He should have been here by now. Then they arrived being heckled by guards, but they had arrived. Sorry he's late. 1 second ladies, let me deal with this chump before I witness the duel. Alexis and Mitsuri stared as the blonde Ra mocked the guards and 2 out of the 5 rushed blindly towards him. Amakumite. Announced Naruto before pushing chakra into his feet, jumped up and booted the first guard in the face with both feet. He backflipped and landed on his toes, lashed out with a low spinning kick, swiping the second off his feet before lashing out with his hand and slamming the man back first into the wall, his hand around the man's trachea. Diff inspection in 2 days. Crowley's paying you to sabotage those he doesn't want affiliating with his delicate and precious Obelisk Blue ladies. Now you listen and listen good. Try this again and I will perform open heart surgery on you without opening the ribsage and without anesthetic. Naruto growled as a red aura began to emerge. Naruto-kun, calm down. Ever since we had that match in Faux Shadow Realm you've been on edge. I need you to be the second witness to this promotion duel. said Alexis, causing the aura to disappear. Naruto dropped the guard who ran as fast as he could and he turned to the duel. Pegasus Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto witnessed this duel. Rhodes Alexis witnessed this duel. The two dual discs came to life and the pair jumped back and began dueling. But Suri is using a Kaji, fire-orientated deck, commented Alexis, getting Naruto to snort. What's so funny? Bastion is predominantly Mizu, water, or Chikyu, earth, aligned, and in worst case scenarios, both of those with aspects of a control deck, though I heard Princeton team trashed that deck. Naruto replied, keeping one eye on the duel. What are two of my queens doing here with commoners and not in class? A sickly sweet voice asked. Naruto groaned. Crowley Baka, we are observing those two for Bastion's promotional duel. You remember the speech you made at breakfast? No duel may commence without two witnesses. Crowley was stumped. Attention Naruto. Naruto snarled and pulled 4 cards. Here's a trick you don't know. It's called sheer will calling. I call Uchiha Sakura and Haruno Sakura from their cards to the playing field. You called us dope? Asked Sasuke, his hand resting on his sword. Naruto smirked. This guy doesn't get a hint when it means to leave alone. Sakura gave a sickly sweet smile as she tightened her gloves. Shall we, boys? Naruto began to form a Rasengan, Sasuke's body began to crackle with electricity, and Alexis noticed Sakura's hand began to glow blue. Crowley began to back away, but it was too little too later. Raiden. Chidori. Nagashi. Cherry Blossom Splash. Rasengan. Sasuke and Sakura vanished with nods and a salute. Hinata misses you terribly. Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded, tears in his eyes. Agriado Sakura-chan, tell her I'll see her on the other side and that I keep her spirit card close. She knows. Baka will see you when this is over. Hinata wants you to live and find love. With that, Sakura faded away. Bastion won his duel to enter Obelisk Blue the next year. Naruto-kun, are you ready? Asked Alexis, sliding her Cyber Blader deck into her dual disc. Alexis-chan, I was born ready. Now say hello to my territory deck, my Masters of Disaster deck. Let's duel. What if Naruto was primordial in Yu-Gi-Oh! End here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.